Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another Flesh and Blood stream. Tonight, we're going to be playing more Blitz. We got Terra and we got Aurora on the dial-up card tonight. I'm actually pretty excited to play the new heroes. Now, I played like a game or two to try and get like a basic understanding to like make sure that I had like an idea of what we were up to tonight. Aurora seems really cool, and so does Terra. I have went back and forth, but I have decided that we should play their weapons, their signature weapons. So we're going to play like a Redwood Hammer or Earthwood Hammer, whatever it's called, and we're going to play Starfall tonight. Now, Rosetta Thorn and Titan's Fist might situationally be better builds, but we're going to go with the actual signature weapons just to make sure that they feel okay. And also, for anybody who's playing in the Talishar tournament this weekend, the Blitz Talishar tournament, both Terra and Aurora will be legal for the tournament. I did not realize that they were technically legal heroes in Blitz, and so I had not made that announcement yet, but they are legal heroes, so you can't play them this weekend. I apologize for that. Hey, Ben, Trent, Cusco, what's up, guys? How are you? How is everybody? Yes, these are decks that I built myself that we're playing tonight. I started out with my original like list that I put together, and then I did a little bit of like research to see what other people were playing and stole a couple of ideas from people. So I mean, you know, I did what any major company does best. I started out with an idea and then I stole other people's work. So hey Blake, what's up, buddy? I'm good, Ben. I'm good. I'm excited for tonight's decks. Let's take a look at our Aurora deck, which I am coining as Lightning McQueen, which I think will be pretty funny, be pretty cool. Hey Brad, what's up? Peterson, Wally, how is everybody, dude? Everybody's coming out for new heroes. Time to strike some trees with lightning. I like that, dude. He's an idea thief, guilty as charged. Okay, so hear me out. We're going to be playing Blossom of Spring in Aurora tonight. Just hear me out, because we're getting ready to talk about that in Art of War. And I know, everybody was like, oh, play Art of War in Aurora in CC a couple weeks ago when we built that deck, or last week, whenever that was. But it's pretty bonkers, to be honest. There are a lot of arcane cards, and there are a lot of cards that do like really dumb things. Looking at this list, the one thing that I feel like we're kind of lacking, in all honesty, is like I feel like we're kind of lacking like cards that have relevant on-hit effects. I mean, like Lightning Form has the create an embodiment of lightning tech. Static Shock has Snatch has the draw card tech. Static Shock has the deal an arcane damage to people text. Like, we have some things that do things, but I don't know. It feels kind of interesting. We're also just playing Weave Lightning because it gives us an ability to give Arcanic Shockwave like +3 and go again. So I kind of like that. And also, guys, the one game I've played so far, Channel Lightning Valley is broken. Insane. Also, Double Down, let's go. Thank you for that sub on YouTube, brother. Appreciate you being here and hanging out with us tonight. Man, when everybody's here for the first time, we got 3 questions we ask them. What's your name? What got you into Flesh and Blood? And what are your favorite hot dog toppings? Tell me a little bit about yourself, man. I'd like to get to know more about you in the chat. Guys, that goes for anybody who might be new. You know, even if you've subbed or followed a few weeks ago, I'd still like to get to know more about you. So this card is bananas, by the way. This card is like bonkers broken. This card is dumb. But I don't know. This deck's going to be cool. The one thing that I was genuinely thinking about cutting is I was thinking we could cut like Crackling or Photon Rush. I'm not sure which, since they're not technically lightning cards, and we could add in like Coaxic Commotion or something randomly. So, hey Jay, what's up, dude? Did you test that all the cards are programmed on Talishar? So Cusco, I played a game yesterday morning and they were all coded. So I did. If you take a Sharpie and cross out the NING and Lightning, you can run light cards in Aurora. I'll make sure that I do that for when I'm playing it at skirmish season. Oh, what's up, Jay? No, we're not playing Revel and Runeblood, Blake, because there's not really enough non-attack actions. Like, this isn't Briar. I had originally built a CC list that had like a very good split of attack actions and non-attack actions, but I really think this deck is more of just like a Snapdragon Scalers deck. So I'm curious to see how that plays out tonight. In the sideboard, we have Sigil of Suffering. Now, for anybody who doesn't know, if you read Channel Lightning Valley, it says the first time you deal damage to an opposing hero each turn, draw a card. If they're not running AB against us, which a lot of people won't, in my opinion, Sigil of Suffering is a 0-for-4 defense reaction that draws a card with Channel Lightning Valley in play. So I'm looking forward to that. And then we have AB2 and we have Shock Charmers in play. And I have Sizzle on the sideboard because I'm going to be honest, I don't really know what else we want in the sideboard if I'm just being real. Brad's out here with the big brain strats. I like it. I like it. Hot dogs are basically a topping for any other meal. Ooh, I don't know about that. I listen, man. I'm a big hot dog fan. I'm a big hot dog fan. This deck is how Zen would be if he was fair. That also makes a lot of sense. Like honestly, that's a great explanation, Murillo. I like that a lot. The one consideration that I truly have for this deck is if if we could replace Crackling or Photon Rush with something like Coax of Commotion. Honestly, it'd probably just be Coax of Commotion. Like we could consider playing CNC. Actually, Sizzle should probably just be CNC, right? We'll add it to the maybe board because truly I don't know where it fits into the deck, but it probably should just be Command and Conquer. I like having CNC in the sideboard, gives us a little bit of disruption, gives us some options here, seems a little bit better. The Sharpie is the most underutilized strat in Flesh and Blood. I mean, I hear you. I hear you. Flicker Wisp, I mean, we don't really use arcane damage that much, right? Like, that's kind of like the big problem we run into is that, like, there's not enough arcane damage, in my opinion. Like, don't get me wrong, there's more cards coming out. Like, there's more cards coming out that we haven't seen for the hero, but I think at the current pace, we don't really have enough cards to play Flicker Wisp and, like, really force the arcane damage to try and go through. I think that's kind of a trap. Open format Blitz, no restrictions. Yeah, so Starfall does not have an image to it yet, but it does work. I tested the card. And there was a card in here that didn't work the other day, but it was Fry. It was the 0-for-3 with just conditional with like the block 0 with go again. So, but it does work. It doesn't have the art there, but it does work. So if our opponents are asking tonight what's going on, then you know we'll explain what we're playing and stuff like that. The one or two games that I played, Blossom of Spring and Art of War was insane, and I think you can get away with that in Blitz. Just because of how fast the games are, because you're playing these 3 and 4 turn games, and if you get to go Blossom of Spring into Art of War, you can literally turn Art of War into like a basically 0-for-4 with the lightning text. So because you can use Aurora's ability to make it pretty good. I had a turn where I was able to throw. I was able to play Art of War off of Blossom of Spring. I drew into it. I used Blossom of Spring to play Art of War, banish an attack. And then I ripped into a Channel Lightning Valley. I threw my Lightning Surge for 5 go again from Arsenal. And then they blocked with 1 card. And I played the Channel Lightning Valley and drew a card. And it allowed me to go like 2 or 3. It allowed me to like play 2 or 3 more turns. Hey, let's go. Table and legs. I'm pretty sure this is William. This is definitely a Sigil of Suffering matchup. We just have to figure out what we want to cut. It's probably Lightning Press, right? Like, we're worried about, like, actually having the on-hit effect be relevant. And we could also, like, run Command and Conquer if we wanted to. But we'll try it like this. We don't have a different chess piece, so I think this is the best way to try it. We can play Heaven's Claws, pitching E-Strike, and then pitch Heaven's Claws to... And then pitch the blue Heaven's Claws to activate Aurora and pass. Seems like a pretty good option to me. We get the... I don't really want to keep the E-Strike. The Embodiment of Lightning token like makes it to where it's not bad to keep it, but I don't really want to here. Your lists are interesting, but I would cut all the elemental cards and add Bond's Gust Wave, then cut your heroes and add Zen. Dude, Rob's out here. Rob's got jokes tonight. Oh, Rob's got jokes tonight. Yeah, I don't really see a reason to flash in the Channel Lightning Valley here. It's not like this had go again or anything. I think it's worth arsenaling here. I think it's worth arsenaling. By the way, like Grasp is in the list. There might be something better that we can play. I just don't know what it is. So we're running Grasp for the time being. If you guys have a better recommendation, I'm totally down to hear thoughts and ideas here. All right, so one card allows us to go one card. Like if we block with Electrify, we're able to play Heaven's Claws for 5. Play the Channel Lightning Valley, see what we draw, throw a 1 for 2 with Go Again, and then play Lightning Surge. Honestly, I love that this is... I honestly love that this is the play. Giving it Go Again and Transcending. I mean, that's fine. We'll see what happens. Name is Chris. A couple friends got me into Fab, and the talking I like is bright green sweet pickle relish and chopped onions, and nice to be here. Big fan. Well, dude, Chris, welcome to the stream, man. Thanks for being here. I appreciate it, brother. And I have to admit, I've never seen those hot dog toppings, but brother, we are all about the individuality when it comes to that question. That is by far and away the personality question that we have here. So I did not expect it to get a full-on cackle. I mean, listen, you never know with me, man. I'm all over the place, right? I'm all over the place. Didn't want to try Dyadic Carapace, 3 life and AB2. I mean, yeah, it could be very good. I'm honestly not sure. Not sure. Channel Lightning Valley in the field of the start of an Art of War turn feels the equivalent of banishing a Tiger to Art of War. It could be very broken. I agree, Brad. Could be very good. So we weren't going to arsenal anything, right? So like having it out there, like, I don't know. I don't really think it would have been worth, but I kind of want to block with the Heaven's Claw here just to break the needle, but I don't know that this game really comes down to that. Like, I like the line that we worked out. We also have the ability to just throw Lightning Surge for 4 Go Again. I think having multiple attacks is the way to go. This is for 0, and then he's going to pitch the other Chi to come in for 7 here with the Key Unleashed. I mean, yeah, we might as well just block something, right? There's not really many on-hit effects here. Got my Blaze last night, so I'm back on Wizard. Hey, let's go, Martin. That's exciting. Yeah, we definitely could try Vexing. I don't know. Like, it could be pretty good, right? We're going to need this turn to be pretty solid, to be honest. As a reaction, we're going to flash in Channel Lightning Valley. The fact that we're already at 8 is pretty terrifying, though. I mean, they managed to have a 12-point turn without really doing much. So we activate Grasp. We throw this. Arsenal this and activate Aurora. So yeah, so again, everything's working, but it's just the 2 Go Again. So like, there's nothing really crazy happen. We activate this. We activate Aurora. And we're going to pass. And we're going to check the Channel Lightning Valley with one of the lightning cards. We're going to go Lightning Form. We really need to draw a Sigil of Suffering here to draw a card. I was like, it'd probably be one of the best things we could be doing here. This feels like Art of War. This feels like this about has to be an Art of War. Gave up the Traverse and the Stride so quickly. Okay. So there is a world where we can block Crackling and Sigil of Suffering this turn. Go Weave Lightning. Use the Blossom to play Lightning Form. And then throw the Lightning Surge and see what we draw. Like, I don't think this turn's over just yet. Like button smash. Thanks for the reminder. Hey, Martin telling everybody to like it, dude. Thank you, man. I really appreciate that. I really appreciate that. Guys, if you're here and you're hanging out, please hit that like button. It goes a long way. Guess I never did my new speech here. Name is Jesse. Got into Fab thanks to Majin Bay stream during Starvo meta. Best hot dog topping is mustard and onions for me. Hey, nothing wrong with mustard and onions, man. Let's keep it simple, right? Nothing wrong with that. Well, dude, I was like, Jay, I call you Jay all the time. Jesse, dude, I was like, appreciate you hanging out and being here, man. It means a whole lot. I really appreciate it, brother. Like, none of our cards break the needle either, which is, like, really weird. We're going to take this for 0. I don't really see a reason to let this hit. I assume it's going to be Tiger for 0, and then it's going to be Tiger Swipe. We're going to play the Sigil of Suffering to cover this up. Yeah, so they cannot stop the arcane damage. We get to draw a card. The first time you deal damage to an opposing hero, each turn draw a card. Okay, so Channel Lightning Valley's not coded to work on both sides of the turn cycle. Big Sag. Oh, he just happens to have the last combo piece here? Man, that is very unfortunate. Because it's going to be this for 3, we go to 4, and then it's going to be Tiger for 0. Man, we, like, had the one card to, like, block and cover that up. We should also have an extra card in our hand. So the arcane damage is going to draw us a card, right? Like, off of the Channel Lightning Valley. If not, we'll definitely grab the game code after this. Just ask OP if you can manual draw a card. That's not a bad idea. The Sigil was supposed to draw a card when it dealt arcane to you due to Channel Lightning Valley. Do you care if I manual draw before I block? We'll see if Will cares. If he does, it's okay. Hey, what's up, Louie? We'll see what Will says. I mean, if he does care, like, I get it. To new formats, new cards, like it's weird. I haven't. Okay, so settings, enable manual mode, and then we just click draw, and then we turn. Okay, so is there any world where I am supposed to block 4 and go to 1? I don't think so, right? Are you streaming right now? Yes, sir. We sure are. He's about to make us 0-1 today. About to make us 0-1 today. Will says hi, chat. Hilarious. I love it. We can do this and go to 2. What happened to my card? What happened to my card? Is this... What's happening here? Okay, yeah. So, all right, that was weird. So if I block 2, 3, that's 4. So I can block like this, and then we're not going to crown anything away. Man, this has been interesting. If it's fused, it gains go again. So this has go again. So we're going to crack Blossom of Spring. This is going to be 8 and 1 Arcane. On hit, the Arcane draws us a card no matter what. So Channel Lightning Valley draws a card. We'll have to report the bug here. Is Will a part of the table pit? Yeah, Will's like the main guy that does the table pit stuff. Yeah, that's him. That's absolutely him. 100%, brother. Hey, Annabelle, what's going on? All right, so this is 8, which is pretty good. I mean, we get to have a pretty solid turn here, right? It's not a bad turn. The problem is that like we're throwing like 14 and that Will's able to block with his equipment and like 1 card, which means we maybe get to keep 1 card next turn, which I'm not a big fan of. I have to say the Grasp and the Channel Lightning Valley plays very well together. Lightning Form makes us a new one. I am tempted to throw this and then see... I think this is the best play. We can throw Lightning Surge for 4. Now, we cracked that embodiment of lightning, which is like Big Sag, but I'm going to wait to pitch the Grasp, right? So now we can pitch the Grasp, and we can throw this. Now he goes to 3, and then, yeah, so Will's not even required to give us a card here. So we just like lose on the spot pretty much. I definitely wanted to pitch the Grasp there, Troll. I just wanted to wait until the end of the turn so that I could like try to get him with the arcane damage. Now we draw the Art of War, which feels real bad. Just drew into the Chi. Yeah. It's weird how good the Kia Unleashed were this game. Like, they were just phenomenal. We will block with Photon Rush. Not that it really matters. We're just blocking with our 3s here pretty much. I mean, that's true. If we can stay alive until Sigil of Suffering, we can stay alive. Now, I don't think that's possible here. We're going to go buff and banish. And we're going to hope to rip into 2 attack actions that block. Now, we block for 4. So we're doing the best we can here, but the problem is that like we're dead, even if Will just throws the aspect of Tiger Body and then throws a dagger at us. Like we're just dead. Yeah, I don't regret picking, like, I think he picked to go second, but I probably would have picked to go first no matter what. We were just dead there. Man, we had an AVPT of 23.5 there across 3 turns. Now, granted, 3 turns isn't a very long time, but like, still, 23.5 is not bad for like some first games here. I just realized another Sigil would have killed me. I just told him, I said, I was praying for the other Sigil off the top. Hey, what's up, James? I mean, yeah, like it feels pretty good so far. Yeah, if we would have drawn it off the Art of War, it would have felt really good. Watch, it's gonna be the next card. No, okay, when the next card. I mean, we had 3 more hands to go, so yeah, I have to say that did not feel that bad. I mean, we just played against the boogeyman of the format. Like, we just played against like Zen, like quote unquote the best deck in the game right now, and it wasn't a bad showing. wasn't a bad showing, to be honest. Like, I will, we're only going to get better the more we play the deck and the more we figure it out. So, felt pretty clean. Felt pretty clean. Yeah, Chips, I honestly, man, felt good. Felt good. Do we win that game, like, if we're running Carapace there? Like, are we just, like, winning that game, like, almost on the spot if we're running Carapace? Like, if we're playing one Command and Conquer and we're playing Carapace in our chest slot, do we just win that game? I don't know. It's a good question. When you Artivore at the end, I screamed, brother. I was hoping so bad to find that Sigil of Suffering off the top of the deck. I was like, come on. I was like, come on, just be there. Just be there. Hey, it's Blake. All right, Blake, good luck, man. So I don't think we really want arcane damage. I think we just want to race. It's interesting because I don't know if we want sigils here. Like, we're like, I mean, being able to clear, we probably just want all gas here, right? Yeah, I think we just want all gas. So we're just going to run our 40 most aggressive cards and just play it like this. I think that's what we're looking to do here. Yeah, I'm also pretty excited about this hero, James. Like, Aurora looks pretty cool. Aurora's like one of the heroes I want to play. And I'm intrigued that she's a Snapdragon deck over the fact that she's a like a Creepers deck. I mean, she definitely could be built as a Creepers deck, right? But when you say that deck is really good, Will, are you talking about the Zen deck? Because that deck's insane. Because you enabled the big back with Blossom. I mean, yeah, Blossom did allow us to throw the 5 there. It's a 1 for 2 with go again. If I played a lightning card this turn. Yeah, I get it. Blake doesn't know what it is. Makes sense. Completely understand. I think she's gonna round up my collection of decks. Yeah, I'm also really looking forward to it. Okay. So we can't activate any of our stuff, which is fine. We're definitely just going to Arsenal the Artivore here. Is there a world? I'm trying to think. So we want to pay 1 here, pay 1 here, pay 1 here. More than likely is like the route we want to go this turn. Which, I mean, we're really able to play everything and leave 2 floating if we want. Pitching to both of our blues here and then arsenaling the Artivore. We're also living in a world where we could play the Blink. So we could play this. I don't know why we would play the Blink. Like, we could use it to, like, give go again and also swing the Starfall, but I think we just want to throw the Heaven's Claw here. Hey, Vegete, what's up, buddy? How are you? Aurora is going to be similar against Zen to what Dash IE does. Do you mean, like, just in the sense of, like, underwhelming? Like, is that what you mean? Like, and honestly, like, I don't mean that, like, as a bad thing. It's, like, a genuine question. Okay, so I'm going to activate Aurora. I did not mean to pass my turn. Glad to hear you're doing well, man. Glad to hear you're doing well. So what we're going to do is we're going to Arsenal the blue Lightning Surge and hold the Artivore. And we're going to look to try and put together like a 4 or 5 wide turn here. I wish this was a red Lightning Surge we were arsenaling, but beggars can't be choosers and all that. Plus, we have snaps. I mean, this isn't really an Art of War hand, but we can try to make it work. So this comes in for 2. I would honestly love to have like a popper here to like make Blake regret this decision. There is a world where we can go Entwine Lightning, fuse with Blink, and then throw the Starfall, throw the Lightning Surge, play the Lightning Press on one of them, and then activate Aurora, and then Arsenal the Art of War to set up for a better hand that like plays well. I mean, that's a pretty good hand and probably clears the board, right? I think he means can rip a gate from away from them. Keeps really contentious race with Zen, who isn't always hitting. I mean, that's fair. I think Aurora will be slightly favored into Zen. Lots of breakpoints and split damage. Pretty much what Trent said. Okay, I mean, that's fair. Like, I'm in for that. I'm in for that. That sounds pretty cool. Would have Arsenal the Art of War, then banish the blue Lightning Surge, turn a blue attack into 2 others seems better. I mean, we have guaranteed go again from Arsenal, which means like that we have an attack with go again, this with go again, so we can name buff on the Art of War. I felt like keeping the Art of War was probably correct, to be honest, but again, I don't know. It's interesting because I kind of feel like we're priced into like using the Art of War this turn, but that could just be a mistake. We don't have to activate Aurora. We can also just like use Grasp if we want this turn, but I don't know that that's correct. So let's fuse with the Blink. I don't think we're supposed to play the Art of War this turn. I just don't think we're supposed to play it with the way this hand panned out here. I mean, it is less info. We could have just kept it, I suppose. That would have been okay. That would have been okay if we would have just kept the Blink in our hand. Gives away less information here. That's why I'm still rooting for Dash Database. I mean, there's a world where like Database can win, right? What is this thing? Ward 4. Okay. We have not played a lightning card this turn, so we need to go Lightning Surge for 2 go again. And then we can use the Lightning Press here. Yeah, maybe I should have used it last turn. I don't think I should have used it on the last attack, but we could have considered it. If I'm able to base the Zen matchup off of how Briar does, it should be alright at the very least. I mean, Briar has like a lot more known racing power, I think. We just have to play the Lightning Press. Man, kind of wish that Lightning Press was like a 0 for 4 here or something. But this takes out the Ward 4 and one of the Spectral Shields. I mean, the Tide Maw is going to get a lot of buffs here, but there'll come a turn when we'll be able to clear it. Like, hopefully next turn we can do some dumb stuff. And then we can throw 2 go again. And then we can activate Aurora to set up an Essence of Lightning turn. Press would have been a good popper. I wasn't even thinking about that. We could have blocked and like used it as a popper. Would have been good to like kill the Tide Maw here. Could have been pretty good. Is a weighted coin flip in Zen's favor? I mean, that makes sense. I feel like everything is a weighted coin flip in Zen's favor, to be honest. We'll activate Aurora. We'll Arsenal the Art of War and pass. So we can go Blossom of Spring, banish the Heaven's Claw here to do a lot of good things. I mean, yeah, we're just taking 10. Like, our hand is very good. There's no need to block here. We don't need to. It is a lot of damage and something to be concerned about, but I think we have to keep our cards to try and clear the board. Like, I also feel like we've went the opposite of how we wanted to in both matchups so far. So we went first against Zen, which was really bad because we basically had to go to 12 to get where we wanted. I mean, if you have an attack over there, like, I don't really care about this, right? So we can just, like, block 2. There is no Nourishing Emptiness hit. This, like, does not matter. And there's no, like, Arclight or anything coming. So, hey, Pockets, what's up, brother? So, we're going to go Blossom of Spring. Play Art of War. We're going to go buff and banish. We're going to banish one of the blue Heaven's Claws. Okay, the Embodiment of Lightning works pretty well with E-Strike. We could go E-Strike, draw card. Putting the Lightning form on the bottom. No, we put the Heaven's Claws on the bottom, right? We want to keep a Lightning card here, but this feels... we're going to name draw card. So this is going to be 6 draw card, go again. We draw into a Static Shock. So we pitch the Photon Rush to play Lightning form. Snap. No, I'm sorry. We pitch the Crackling to play Lightning form, snap, and then go Photon Rush into Static Shock. We didn't draw any red Lightning cards here. We draw a lot of the Lightning Flow cards, so this turn's a little awkward, but not that bad. Like, I think this is, like, we can pull this together enough to, like... We can pull this together enough to, like, get where we want to be, I think. I think this is looking okay. Yep. So Blake actually takes some damage here. We are going to pitch the Crackling. Static Shock is just always a 0 for 4. And the fact that we have snaps looks pretty good for us here. If he does let this hit, we're going to throw the Static Shock next. And then we can throw the Photon Rush last. It's just a way to, like, try and get extra value here. So we're going 4 attacks wide, which means our Art of War was a 1 for 4. The more I play this deck, the more I, like, kind of get a chuckle out of the fact that, like, that Lupine Fiasco said that, like, this is, like, purple Fi, because it feels, like, more and more true the more I play the deck with Art of War. It feels like we get a lot of value out of trying to go, like, you know, like, little, like, slicing cuts and go wide here. The only problem we have is that we're at 5 to put ourselves in the spot we're in. I think Zen runs most of them over, but like you said earlier, Briar's racing potential is insane. So, I mean, Zen runs most things over in Blitz, right? Like, it's just that good. Like, Zen just has the ability to run over a lot of things in Blitz. And it's unfortunate, but it's just kind of the world we're in. So, I mean, yeah, like, Zen is just insane. Like, when you start at 20, it's just crazy. So this is 5 on hit, deal 1 Arcane. Blake gives 2 cards, which feels pretty good. And then I hate that we weren't able to, like, pitch a blue this turn, because I would love to follow this up with like an Aurora or a Starfall here at the end of the turn. Probably be an Aurora, to be honest. This is just 4 go again. Yeah, so we were able to go 4 wide with the E-Strike. Turn ended up being pretty good, all things considered. I think that turn was not bad. So the arcane damage would clear this, right? And then we would be... So I can block 1 with the Grasp, and then I can go Arcanic Shockwave, fuse with Lightning Press. Actually, it'd be fuse with Spark Spray, right? Yeah, so I can go Arcanic Shockwave, fuse with Spark Spray. The 1 Arcane kills the Waxing Spectre, and then we're able to play the Lightning Press, activate Aurora, arsenal the Artivore. So, I mean, it's quite a bit of damage we're pushing here, and I think this is okay. We're taking 3 and going to 2, but this seems like a... It seems like an okay turn from us. I could activate Grasp ahead of time, but I think I would rather activate Aurora. Would love to be able to give this go again in some way, but I just don't think it's in the cards. Just don't think it's in the cards. Gotta go fast. Just bought someone's Teklo deck. Been wanting to play him for a while. I mean, Teklo's cool, man. Like, Teklo Boston's like a fun hero to, like, play against, right? The best thing that could happen here for us is that Blake gives 2 cards and we're able to play Lightning Press and, like, make his hand awkward and then try to use the... Lightning Press gives it go again? I don't think so, right? Like, this isn't a non-hit effect. Like, we don't really get go again here. There is just a chance that Blake's dead, though. Oh, no, the 1 Arcane happened already? Never mind. Okay. I mean, we took 2 cards out of Blake's hand, which is what we wanted to do. So... We're not pushing an on-hit effect there. Lightning Press was just for value, so we're going to do this and then arsenal the Artivore and set ourselves up a little bit here. Man. I don't know what we're crowning away. Like, are we crowning away the Artivore here? It doesn't feel like it. Feels like we're going to crown away the E-Strike, I guess. We go down to 1. So we're going to pitch Weave Light. Hang on. Is there a better play here? Am I supposed to go Weave Lightning in to pitch this for this? I don't think so, right? I don't think there's any world that's the play. We're probably just supposed to go buff and banish. Buff, banish. If we can get out of this one, I would be impressed. It's not looking good. Yeah, the first one doesn't have go again was the problem there. Grasp gives it go again. Grasp pops ward. The Arcane doesn't give it go again there. No. So, like, it's just like there's no way to give that go again, right? Like, there's no shot at giving that go again. That's not the other card that you're thinking of that I wish it was. So we could go Grasp here to ensure we kill that, or we could swing 5 with go again. And then if Blake blocks with 1 card, we can flash this in. I don't think we want to activate Grasp here. Blake just said that this has been such a fun game. I mean, I'm not surprised he feels that way. He started the game up, like he started the game at 20 and I started the game at 5. Like, I don't know. Everybody has fun when they're up 15 points. He got to go first and he was able to put like 4 or 5 points into play. Like, we have not had a game yet tonight where we have not started behind in the hole somewhere. which I think is really bad for us. So he's currently taking 2. And then we're going to throw the Spark Spray here. Because I don't really know like what we're doing otherwise. This is for 3, and he has Ward 2, Spectral Shield, and a Rage Spectre. Blake's asking if I'm able to activate this multiple times, and that is true. I cannot do that. It is just a one-time effect. That would be very broken if I could. It would be insane if I could. Also, it's interesting because like all of the draws we've had make me feel like Artivore is just not good enough, right? Like it just makes me feel like Artivore is just too awkward. Like you're never going to get to have those 5 turns where you go like 6 wide. I don't see it being possible. I can't do that, so I'm gonna pass because I don't know what that wants for me, because that's not possible. Whenever this is destroyed, you may pay 1, create a ponder token. We're probably just supposed to arsenal this at the off chance that we do get a hit effect here. If I had to guess, like getting this would be pretty good. Art of War has seemed mid. You're not guaranteed to draw attacks. Yeah, I agree. Feels like you should lean heavier into cards that really want go again, Coke, E-Strikes, etc. than Art of War. I mean, cutting Art of War and like adding in Cokes. Blake said, like, so Blake just asked me if I was ready for the red Astral Etchings, and he's just trolling me from our game that we played the other day. Like, Blake's just totally being a tool. Blake and I played. Blake was the Enigma that I beat in Swiss at the case tournament, and he made, like, we were playing and we came to a point in the game where there was no world I could beat him if he had a red Astral Etchings. So I had to play like he didn't have it, and he didn't have it. So yeah, I'm actually down to like just cut the I'm actually like super down to just cut the Artivores and to just like adding Coaxa Commotion, because I think Coaxa Commotion is like a card that we should be playing that we're not. I'm going to activate Aurora because she's an instant, make an embodiment of lightning, and then we're going to pass. I mean, again, like, the snatch effect would be insane here if we had any, like, real play from where we were at. But we're just down so far that it just doesn't matter. And we have a lot of 2-blocks here, so we're going to keep the snatch and just try to throw this here. And at this point, like, Blake's just adding to the board and just killing us at this rate, so. Do you have Meet and Greet in the deck? I do not. I don't feel like we deal arcane damage enough to play Meet and Greet, right? If Ball Lightning was legal in Blitz, this deck would run Zen over, in my opinion. I know that that's a very bold statement to make, but I believe that with every part of who I am. I firmly believe that this would beat Zen if you had Ball Lightning. Yeah, I mean, we're just playing all these breakpoint cards, and like Blake is the only deck that's playing. Blake is like the only deck I've run into. I mean, I know that there's others that is actively playing Sinks and Fates in the deck. I'm just going to take whatever he does here. Like, I don't really want to play around anything else here. I really want to play Weave Lightning and Arcanic Shockwave one turn. Like, I want to make that happen to where it's like 7 and an Arcane go again. The fact that Weave Lightning just gives something go again is just like kind of insane. We're just no blocking here. Not playing the rest of the game out. Like, we've lost. There's no coming back here. I don't really want to play the rest of this game out. I'd rather change the deck and play something a little bit better. Put counters on everything. Yeah, I mean, we're dead regardless. It doesn't matter. Well, I am right. We've played 2 games and no one has ran Arcane Barrier into us. Yeah, it was an 8-turn game. That's a matchup I think we're gonna lose every time. Like, I don't know how we're gonna win that with Fate Sinks. Like, when we're like, how we're more focused on trying to play, like, when we're trying, like, when our game plan is to like throw breakpoints and get value out of them. I don't know how we're gonna beat a deck like that. That's a tough matchup, I think. All right, so we're gonna cut Artivores. And we're going to add in Coax. Is it Coax Commotion? Yeah, I always think it's Coax of Commotion for some reason, but it's not. So we'll update that so that will give us another on-hit effect, and I think that'll be better. And then I'm curious if we don't want to play Blossom of Spring now. Like, the whole purpose behind Blossom of Spring was the fact that we wanted to be able to... I'm thinking Carapace might just be better now, right? Like, Dyadic Carapace is just really good. Sorry, I know it's like on the other side of my screen here. I know you guys can't see it. I'm just kind of like moving cards around like while we're sitting here talking about the deck and different things we can play. Let's pull up the deck here and we'll talk about the games that we have. So the changes that I made were I cut Artivore and added in Coax of Commotion, and I cut Blossom of Spring and added in Dyadic Carapace because I like the block and I like what it's like able to accomplish, I think. Armor is very good in Blitz. Told you Weave was better than Sizzle? I never said Sizzle was better than Weave. Like, literally agreed with you when you told me that the other night. But I think that there is like a place for Sizzle in this deck somewhere too. I just don't know what it looks like right now. Also, I know that like I have a this is a very unpopular opinion with chat about this, but I really don't like this card. Like, this card seems so mediocre to me. Like, I know we need lightning cards, but like this card feels like it could just be Sizzle. Like, Sizzle blocks. I don't know. We do have some non-attack actions. We could be playing that. What do you think of New Moon? I think Carapace is better. So I think that Carapace is like just better in general, yeah, but I was on Blossom of Spring because I was playing Artivore, so like we were trying to like make that card combo work together, but yeah. I like the block, spoken like a dirty Guardian player. I mean, yeah, I like Guardians. Don't worry. Don't worry. We got Guardian up next. Don't you guys worry. Maybe if no one runs AB into you, playing the heavy arcane cards could be good. So there is a world where, like, I think playing like a lot of arcane cards could get a lot of value. Like clearly nobody's ran AB into us, and I think last week whenever we were putting the deck together, a couple of people mentioned that trying to play cards that like punish your opponent with Arcane Barrier, like when they're probably not thinking you're an arcane deck, gets a lot of value. Blocking is the best part of the game. I like that. I like that. Yeah, so like Lightning Press is really good if you're pushing on hit effects. So like I think the biggest issue that I have with that is that we're not really playing that many on hit effects. I mean, I think we're playing more than I realize, but maybe I'm supposed to arsenal this card more. Maybe Lightning Press is a good arsenal target. So Blake, I'm not running Rosetta Thorn because I wanted to try the new weapons, like specifically because I do think that Rosetta Thorn is just better. Personally, like, but I want to play it. I want to play the new weapons and see how they feel. Also, I'm not going to be able to play Rosetta Thorn in CC, so we're going to see how that feels. Man, we're going to try and join a game, I guess. Oh yeah, because I have to join the open format games. That's right. I can't just join that. I mean, like, I get it. I understand. Lightning Press. I feel like if you're forced to play Lightning Press as a popper, you're probably just losing the game anyway, right? Can be used to pop, but if that's how you're playing it, you're likely lost. Yeah, so like to Brad's point, like I think that's very accurate. Like I get that like Lightning Press has a lot of utility, but you have to think in Lexi, you could block with a drill shot and then play Lightning Press to like end a turn against Dromai. In a 40-point game, like there's a lot more life to be had there. So I think that I think that everyone is basing, it really feels like everyone is saying Lightning Press is goated and insane because of how good it was in Lexi. And I don't know that we're evaluating how good it is in Aurora. And so I think that's kind of like where my pushback comes. And the moment this card feels good, like I'll be more than happy to admit I was wrong. But like we're 2 games in and like this card has felt like whatever. Like this card would have basically been the same thing as Sizzle. It's just less information, I guess. But Sizzle also works with our weapon, and I like throwing a 1-for-5 weapon with Go again. And biased, but Arsenal Lightning Press was so good, and when you flipped it, yeah, so like flipping it and giving it like is insane, right? I think we want to go first against Briar, right? Also, good luck, Troll. We have to run AB, right? Like we have to be on some form of Arcane Barrier. Oh, we're on AB too. Never mind. I'm an idiot. I take it back. Carly told me to take back that I'm an idiot. I think we're going to bring in the Sigil of Suffering here. I really want to try the Sigil of Suffering. Let's cut E-Strikes.
Is there a card Sizzle of Suffering?
It's called Sigil of Suffering. There's a new card called Sizzle.
Sizzle?
Yeah. There is a card called Sizzle. So like you hearing them together, like they sound like I'm saying similar things. Yeah. Yeah, I think we're supposed to run it like this. So we can't really activate Grasp and Aurora, right? Like that's our problem here. We can push a damage though. Like running Iron Weave, we do have the ability to push a damage here. There is 0 Arcane Barrier over there, so if we draw Sigil and Lightning Valley, it works very well together. I would rather keep the Rune Chant for next turn, but, you know, beggars can't be choosers and all that. It did line up bad against you. Lightning Press does get better with Coax in the deck. Yeah, so I'm excited to try it with Coax in the deck, right? With more targets to make it a valid card. Sizzle of Suffering is when you splash yourself with grease while... Oh, that's actually pretty funny, Blake. That's a good one. That's a good one. I like that. You could also try the Vela Flash style of deck. Get action points off of Vela Flash, have a surprise 3 damage from Harness Lightning. Yeah, so there are a lot of cards that we could, like, we can try multiple variations of the deck that, like, we haven't tried tonight. Like, I definitely agree with that statement. I mean, this hand's insane, right? Because we get to go 1-for-5, activate Aurora. It's 1-for-5 with Go again, activate Aurora. And then we get to throw this, pitching this, well, no, I'm sorry. We get to pitch this to throw this, throw Snatch, or I'm sorry, throw Static Shock, and then throw Snatch at the end of the turn. And what do we hit? Plunder Run, Sonata Arcanics, Arcanic Crackle, and Shadow Mount Heroic. And what do they put into hand? An Arcanic Crackle? Yeah, we'll just go to 19. That's fine. Has the CMH. Big Sag. The Arcanic Crackle gives them the blocking thing, which is very unfortunate. So if we take 6 and go to 12... we then turn around and take... we then turn around and take 4 and go to 8. And then, like, we're at 4 against the CMH next turn, when we're not really able to push lethal here. Blue Snatch could be okay. Oh. Told me I missed your... with go again if I played lightning. Sorry about that. I also don't want to block this because like they don't get the extra embodiment. I don't know that there's a reason to block this. I guess we can take 6 and then we'll give grasp to the thorn. We'll take the 2 arcane and then we will... I guess we could have blocked some arcane damage there. We could have blocked the arcane because we could have went this, activate this, and we could have blocked more there. So a misstep by me. We would have been able to block the 2 arcane from the Rosetta Thorn as opposed to throwing 2 on the back end from the Starfall. So it was 2 points of defense versus 2 points of offense there. So we have to lead on Lightning Form. Lightning Form is a 1 for 5 with go again that on hit makes an embodiment of lightning, which is very good. We make an embodiment of lightning. We go Static Shock for 4 go again. On hit, deal an arcane damage. I mean, I assume that, like, Troll's going to keep his cards here. Like, his hand's probably insane. Dealing arcane damage to him. He goes to 9. We get to go 2 go again. Yes, it's just to go again. Pretty, honestly, like, the go again's kind of cool, right? Ball Lightning is banned, unfortunately, Blake. Hey, Drew, what's up, brother? Dealing arcane to yourself? I love this Aggro Blaze guy. Well, guess what? This Aggro Blaze guy loves you, Drew. So I think we can break the combat chain to activate Grasp, activate Aurora, and go 4 in an arcane go again here on hit draw card. Now, this may tempt Troll to give me a card because it means that he'll be at 2, which means we're close to getting there. Yeah, here we go. You like to see that. Hammer, Fist, and Ross. Dude, let's go. What a name. Thanks for that follow, man. I really appreciate it on Twitch. Brother, when you're here for the first time, we got 3 questions we ask everybody. What's your name? What got you into Flesh and Blood? And what are your favorite hot dog toppings? Tell me a little bit about yourself, brother. Also, that goes for anybody who's new, man. That goes for anybody who's new that's hanging out. Listen, we gotta make Brad a command. We will make Brad a command tonight before the stream's over. I promise. That's on the list of things we're gonna do. We do not have a 3 block in hand, which is a little awkward, but we can block like this in Sigil of Suffering, right? Brad goes to 5. Or, I'm sorry, not Brad, Troll. Uh-oh, that's terrifying. That's really bad for us. We needed to not see that. You may want to make an announcement for what I just said. I don't want anybody to make an accidental mistake on Saturday. What was the... What did you say that I missed? Remembers that while Aurora is legal, a good amount of these cards are not? What do you mean a good amount of these cards are not? I don't understand. Like, if they came out in the first strike deck, they're legal cards, right? So, like, you can play it just fine. What did he fuse with? An Autumn's Touch? I mean, why wouldn't those cards be legal? I get a command tonight? He said, let's freaking go. I love it. Your favorite hot dog toppings are Pal's cheddar rounds and chili? Interesting. Channel Lightning Valley isn't legal? Oh god, that's true. I did not think about that. That's a good one to make. Problem is, I don't know how we compete with a normal Briar turn, right? Like, this was 7 into 11 and 2 Arcane. Even if the last card's terrible, like... We take 5, go to 4. Am I just dead? I mean, yeah. Like, I have to admit, that felt better, but I guess we just gotta start going second into these aggro decks. Yeah, I guess we just gotta start going second. Like, look at this. We had an AVPT of 34. I don't even know how that's possible. Now, granted, it was only 2 turns, but still, like, I think 34 is probably wrong, right? Like, there's no world that is right, I would think. I would think that it's not yet. So all the stuff that actually comes out in... So it's all of the cards... I guess it's just all of the cards that are actually in the first strike decks. That's a good announcement to make. You don't really need to worry about people bringing Channel Lightning Valley to an event. It's not out yet. So, Ember, it's more about... I mean, we're going to go second. Like, we've talked about how we want to go second. That's cool. All right, so AB2, Crown, and then this feels like a Sigil of Suffering matchup, probably. And again, like maybe we just cut E-Strike. I don't know what other card we could cut here. We are running AB2 here. So the Lightning form that you can win at Skirmish is not legal? Yeah, GG Troll for sure, man. Do we just want AB2 or do I want Shock Charmers as well here to like protect me against like some arcane nonsense? Let's run AB2 and Shock Charmers here. So they do have AB2, which means they could pay. Well, he'd have to pitch 2 cards, so not likely, right? It's a Hobbit that's a fan. Go second, draw the Lightning Valley, play it on opponent's turn, make an embodiment. Pog out. I mean, listen, that'd be cool, right? So we're going to pitch these 2 cards, and we're not going to break Shock Charmers here. I'd like to be able to arsenal this card. I mean, I'm pretty interested in throwing Snap here, right? Trying to think about my turn here. So I can go Lightning Form, Snap, activate Aurora, draw, throw Coax. I could Coax. I think we're supposed to lead on Coax into Snap, right? Even if it is just 2 pieces of equipment for them, I still think this is correct. Yeah, no, I appreciate it, brother. It means a lot. Apparently, Aurora is actually really good in LL. Go on, tell me more about this. Plunder Run and Ball Lightning are just insane. I mean, that actually makes a ton of sense. That you can just get insane value out of those cards. I'm not opposed to using Snap early because this is going to be like a 3 to 4 turn game. And then we get to throw 5 here. And we get to make the embodiment of lightning no matter what. And the Sigil of Suffering. And the Sigil of Suffering probably just gets us value. I mean, we can just use Shock Charmers here, right? To deal an extra damage. Seems okay, I think. You're not using Red Plunder Run. We could be on Plunder Run. So we put our opponent to 9, and we get to Arsenal Sigil. Well, it doesn't draw us a card here, Big Sag, but we can lead with Snatch here. So we don't get to use Sigil at all. Trying to think about what our hand looks like if we do pitch to AB this. I think we're supposed to, and then we can just go Snatch into Static Shock. It's just probably the most correct play we can make here. They've had a lot of arcane damage off the top of the game here. I think throwing Snatch first is better. Annabelle pointed out last game, and I don't know that I read it or said anything about it, but Annabelle pointed out that it's probably better to lead on Snatch because it gives us like mid-turn options that are more valuable than like ending a turn, especially when we already have an Arsenal card. So yeah, so when it hit, we didn't need to create an embodiment. We could just use the extra damage there because of the lightning form hit. So definitely gonna have to make a point to say that like some of these cards are not legal. Yet I did not realize that. And there'll be someone who shows up playing cards that aren't legal yet because they're in the set and not in the first strike decks. So I'm gonna have to I'll have to post that in the Discord later. We have not played a lightning card this turn, so this is just take 4. How? Yeah, they fell down to 8 there. I mean, if they don't have extra resources floating, this feels insane, right? Like, this is broken. Another reason Lightning Press is better. Can't use Sizzle on Cokes. I mean, that's true. We cannot use Sizzle on Cokes to Pocket's point. That is very true. Yeah, I wonder where the spot is for Red Plunder Run, right? Like, what Red Plunder Run looks like in this deck. Because Plunder Run should probably just be in the deck, right? Hey, what's up, Diablo? How do they get cards when they come out with Rosetta? What do you mean how do they get cards? I'm not sure what you mean, Pascal. I mean, we could just take this, right? I mean, our hand's not great. I think we want to crown away one of these Electrifies. Now that's what we're looking for. So we'll take this. And then we will crown away an Electrify. And we're going to play Sigil of Suffering. I have to keep the Channel Lightning Valley. I can't use it right now. If I want to make sure that I have Go again next turn. I mean, I could pitch a Photon Rush to play this. Are we supposed to play this in here? Are we supposed to play this? I'm going to take a chance that like we play this and rip into something good here. It's a little bit of a risk, but I am supposed to draw off Sigil when you take Arcane. Care if I draw manually. I have to remember to report that tonight. Because this is working on offense, not defense. Opponent says no problem. Appreciate them being cool. So manual mode, draw a card, and then close. We also can activate we can activate Aurora here, right? Make an embodiment of lightning. Actually, I can't do that, can I? Because I need it for this. Man, this sucks. Playing that defensively was probably not the call. So we're going to play Electrify, pitching Photon Rush. We're going to come in with Photon Rush for 3. 3 go again, on hit, draw card. 3 on hit, draw card, and take an extra damage here. Oh, you mean about the Talishar tournament? Oh, I got you. Yeah, so the Talishar tournament is like, they're out on, the Talishar tournament's like online, right? Like it's all played online. So anybody who like comes and plays, anybody who comes and plays, like it's all just through February. You don't actually have to own any of the new cards. They're just all online, is how you get access to them, Pascal. So we're gonna order our triggers to where we go Electrify, channel Lightning Valley to draw a card to see what we find, and then I think we're gonna go Quicken Tokens because basically everything they do has go again, right? Are we supposed to draw a card to try and keep the channel Lightning Valley around? Oh, this is an interesting decision here. We could, like, I don't really want to gain life. Drawing a card to keep the channel Lightning Valley around would be really good. Quicken Token would be good. Yo! Hammer, Fist, and Ross, let's go. Thank you for that Prime sub, brother. I really appreciate that, man. It means a whole lot. A lot of great content creators you can share that with every month, so I really appreciate that. Let's go Quicken Token just in case. We're going to lose the channel Lightning Valley, unfortunately, but we don't have anything we can pitch just a red to, which is kind of depresso, but I think that's okay. Considering we're at 12 and we have Shock Charmers, I think we're in an okay spot. So this hand's actually just crazy, right? I mean, we're probably blocking with the Weave Lightning. Block 7, I think that's the correct way to do that. And then we're going to go to 8. So we're getting use out of all of our equipment here. With Press going to Arsenal, 3 is good for them. Okay, so I guess like we could have gained life considering that we have the 3. So we can go Arcanic Shockwave, reveal Channel Lightning Valley, and then play Channel Lightning Valley. Because they have to pitch 2 cards if they want to stop the on-hit effect here. And then Lightning Press more than likely kills them. I don't think they can kill us. Right? Like, I don't think they have enough. 6 and 3 is 9. Oh, I can't pay, but I'm going to crack this. And then I take 3 and go to 1. You have to activate Furnace, but yeah. I take 3 and go to 1 and live. And then you die to this. We deal a damage to them and draw a card of Channel Lightning Valley, which is cracked. And then this is 4 go again because of the Quicken Token. And then the Lightning Press. Yeah, the Lightning Press would have just been like uber value there. All right, so we were able to win a game finally. Like, man. Kindle would have been bad. I agree. I agree. Yeah, Spell Void 2, like when we were at 8 like that, was like just like bailed us out right there. Because I'm gonna be honest, I was not really considering dying at that point in time. Although we could have just left this in our hand and just made sure. I was too focused on like the broken play we could make. And to be fair, that turn was gonna be like really good. Hit him with the lightning press for BM, dude. Get out of here. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. All right. I wanna play one more game with Aurora, to be honest, before we swap over to Terra. I know like we're almost at like that hour and a half mark, but we'll stream a little past 10 tonight. We'll stream a little past 10 tonight because I'd really like to play another Aurora game. See if we can make something feel a little bit better. All right, let's look at the deck and see where we can fit Red Plunder Run in, because I would actually like to play Plunder Run if I can. We just can't cut a lightning card. Hey, it's Drew. Good luck to you, Drew. Hey, I was the Emperor now. GG's, bro. Hey, good game, man. I'm going to be honest, dude. So, Bilbo, I was not thinking at all about dying to Arcane, and the Spell Void just, like, bailed me out, bro. Like, just 100% bailed me out. This is Crown, Carapace, Grasp, and Snap here. Sigil, looking pretty good. I guess we're going to cut the E-Strikes again. I don't know if that's what we're supposed to do here, but maybe I'm supposed to cut Lightning Press. Nah, it's just Erase, right? They're going first, which I think is pretty good for us all the way around, all things considered. Yeah, let's just run it like this. I've been trying to cut the... if I can, I'm going to block with the Arcanic Shockwave here. No Arcane, which is good, but it means our Sigil of Suffering gets a lot of value here. Runeblade is just pretty good versus Wizards. Being able to have AB2, Spell Void 2, and still have armor is pretty nice. Yeah, absolutely, Ember. It is very nice, I agree. I mean, our whole hand blocks very well, so there's no reason not to, right? The Solar Plexus is terrifying. I wonder if Drew's playing Plexus Artivore, because you only need one turn, right? What do you guys think about going Heaven's Claw, pitching the Static Shock, using Snap, and then Photon Rush into Snatch? I really wish this was the 1-for-5 that made an embodiment of lightning. I feel like it would be a lot better. Could you give a TLDR of when it's better to go first or second, not considering specific matchups? Yeah, I'm happy to talk about that after this game if you want. Yeah, for sure. I kind of like the idea of, or is there a world where I'm supposed to lead on Snatch here? Like, you can choose no modes on Cokes. I mean, sometimes it is correct, I agree, but I think like the Quicken Token, like, it would have worked out better for us if we didn't have Quicken Token, right? This is an interesting turn. Like, the all reds is weird. We're only playing 12 blues, but we're also on 40 cards, so like I think a little over like 25% is fine. If we had a Lightning Press, I would throw Photon Rush and then just do that and throw the Snatch or something. I said thinking, please bear with me, and Drew said no. We could lead on Snatch and then throw Heaven's Claws. I like forcing cards here. I like playing as many things as we can here. I know that Drew can just like block with 2 pieces of equipment to stop the Snatch if he wants, but I like this play. And I do like ending on the Snatch. I think ending on the Snatch is better than not like than guaranteeing ourselves an arsenal here, personally. I don't know. I could be wrong. There's a lot of... Oh, Drew's blocking? Three. Go again. Drew's probably trying to set up some Soul and like Art of War combo us with the Solar Plexus, if I had to guess. If I had to guess, that's what Drew's looking to do. Drew, me boy. I'm gonna keep on dancing at the Pink Pony Club. Na 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 na. Makes a he draws a card, replaces itself, but he charged the Ballad of Gallantry. Draw blue and cry. I mean, we just get to make the embodiment here, right? It seems okay. Wow. We went from like a pretty good hand to like, honestly, like a dumpster fire of a hand. We're going to take 4 here. We might go to 12. I'm sorry, 13. We might go to 13 here. I don't know if it's correct to, but we might. I could just block Heaven's Claws and take 1, and then I could pitch Spark Spray to throw Lightning Form. Because if Drew said, well, I want to keep it because I want to be able to end on Spark Spray, right? Yeah, we'll go to 13 here and hope he doesn't have the Lumina in Arsenal. Yeah, we're playing 12 blues, but I agree. I don't think I want that many. Dude, I've been listening to these songs nonstop, Trent. Like, hook, line, and sinker. I have fallen for it, brother. Like, I am all in on these, like, Chapel Roan songs, bro. I'm literally walking around earlier going, HOTTOGO. Like, it's nonsense, dude. Let's play Channel Lightning Valley, see if he's got the saving grace or not. Okay, I mean, that feels pretty good. So we make an embodiment of lightning, which means I can go this into the, and then Arsenal Weave Lightning. We're going to hope that Drew's hand's not insane, because God knows my hand is not that good. Like, my hand is, like, fine, but I wouldn't write home about it. This is getting me so extra hyped to play Aurora and CC. I'm very excited about Aurora and CC. And, like, honestly, like, I know that we're 1 and 3 right now, but for, like, when this is defended by 1 or more cards, you may pay 1. So I shouldn't pay 1 here because I'm not allowed to. Like, it's not actually within the rules of the game, and I'm not going to cheat Drew just because it gives me the option to. And then, I mean, we should probably just make this and pass, right? Make this and pass. Although, I mean, it's just a race. So points are points, I think. And then we can Arsenal the Weave Lightning and try to set up here. You probably only need 10. Resource curve similar to Lexi, but like 1/3 less cards. So 10 instead of 15. I mean, yeah, I thought 12 would be okay. One of the issues I have, honestly, and I'm not saying you're wrong by any means, but one of the things that concerns me about going down to 10 blues is like a lot of my blues are lightning cards. I love it when a plan comes together. Does this do what I think it does? Do we get it all here? Do we get the draw card for each of these? Can we literally play Channel Lightning Valley and then Sigil to draw 2 cards here? Is this wild? If it's yellow, put it into your hand, then charge your soul. Okay, so Drew puts a soul shield into his hand. That's not very good for him. I love to see that. I think we get to draw 2 cards here. I still believe a cash in with Royal Helmet could be a real thing in her. I definitely think it can. I haven't got to try that in Blitz. That would be much more fun to try in Blitz, right? Because you only need that 1 big turn. So that makes a lot of sense. Bro, what are you on right now? Dude, this is insane. I agree. Respectfully, I don't think Drew knows what's coming. So, what did he charge? A yellow card? I would rather force him to give up a card of his soul to give go again, right? I'm going to play Channel Lightning Valley. And then I'm going to play Sigil of Suffering. You cool with me manually drawing the 2 cards? He said, "What's up, Stinky?" Bro, listen at Drew. Listen at Drew. Judge Annabelle says yes. Okay. I mean, listen. I'm gonna take that. Okay. So we're gonna go enable manual mode, and we're gonna go draw card. Draw card. Now, this doesn't work again, but it is pretty good to Arsenal, I think. So we're going to close, and then Drew has given this go again. If he throws... I think we're supposed to block 4 here. And honestly, we can put the... Can we put the Electrify on the bottom? I think we can, right? Because we have the Spark Spray that we can pitch to, like, play things if we need to. So I think we can put the Electrify on the bottom. Drawing a Photon Rush is actually insane. And then this is for 4. And, I mean, we go to 9, he goes to 8. Or we can deny Drew this and the Soul here if we want. Drew is the Bolton aficionado. Yes, sir. Yeah, Drew, dude, Soulbound would have stopped all of that, which would have been insane against us. I kind of want to save this to draw another card. Like, it's probably just work, though, right? We get to stop his Raiden, and we get to put him to 6. I know we didn't get to draw cards off the Channel Lightning Valley, but... so we are going to... play Weave Lightning, play Entwine Lightning, reveal Spark Spray. This is going to be for 7 go again. Also, if this doesn't hit and Drew is just blocking this out efficiently, I think the last card he has is a Soul Shield. So I think his arsenal is the Soul Shield he had. I don't think he didn't pitch it. Yeah, so he's got a Soul Shield there in his arsenal. So if we are able to, if we're not able, if this doesn't hit, we're going to activate Grasp. There's probably an argument that I should have activated it first. Is it this turn, right? So we activate Grasp, play Photon Rush. The Channel Lightning Valley draws us 2 cards, which is just bonkers. We get to go 2 go again because we have played a Lightning card. And then we get to activate and throw Coax for 4 go again. And if Drew has a no block in his hand, which is not likely, we get a lot of value here. So this could be pretty good. Definitely think it was better to block since there was a Lumina turn there. I mean, a Quicken and draw card. Quicken and draw card's pretty good, right? Oh, that's insane. That's actually just broken, right? We should just save this for next turn, though. I think we should just save this for next turn. I think we're just going to go to 9. I don't really care about this, right? Because our turn is Snatch for 4, go again, on hit, draw 2 cards, and then it would be Entwine Lightning, fuse with a Blink, activate Aurora, throw this, activate Grasp, throw Lightning Form, and at any point, if it hits, we draw a card. So I think we're okay to like just take this. We do love it when a plan comes together. Absolutely. That's like one of my favorite quotes from the A-Team. I mean, he could snap this, right? I still don't think there's a reason to block. I know it sucks, but I don't think there's a reason to block this. We doubt a beacon. We lose the beacon, we lose the beacon. I was like, it is what it is. I don't think I'm ever going to play around that. And we do get to pitch the 2 blinks this turn, which lets us keep the Channel Lightning Valley for another turn. Which is pretty good. So this is a pretty good way to start the turn, right? Like, I don't think there's a world where we don't win this turn. I think this is just too much to block out here. You can't activate Aurora without playing the Lightning Form first. That is true. That is true. This is not a Lightning card, and I keep forgetting that. So we're supposed to lead on the Lightning Form. Yeah, so we're supposed to lead on the Lightning Form. Drew said actual cheater. Bro, get out of here. So this is 5 go again, and then we can use Aurora. Or if this hits... I mean, Soul Shield, right? Saving Grace also works here. Yep. That's still a 2-card block on our 1 card. Now we get to go 2 go again, which forces a card. Says the first time you deal damage, which means this counts, which is insane. Thank you for pointing out more that I cannot do the turn I want to do without that. Now we get to reveal Blink. For 4 go again. Soul Shield to stop this up. And then it's activate Aurora, and it's 4 on hit, draw 2 cards. Man, that was going to be crazy. That was actually a pretty good couple turns. And we were going to draw into Lightning Press and Electrify, which means we probably would have just activated Grasp and Arsenaled the Electrify. Electrify is not a bad arsenal, considering like we're looking at all blue cards. I think that was like the best game. It's like, I think that's the best Aurora's felt tonight. Now, I got to be honest. Every single game, we were in a position, except for the game against Blake game 2, where we were able to use... like where Sigil of Suffering was turned on because our opponent did not have AB. I mean, the game against, I guess the game against the Emperor, they had AB, but I don't think they were going to pitch 2 red cards for that. So worked out pretty well. I took all that damage to draw a Soul Shield off Prayer of Bologna. Dude, when you drew the Soul Shield, I was like, wow, that's a major W for us. I was like, man, that is a major win for us. So somebody asked earlier if I could explain like, when is the best time to go first or second? So this is an interesting question, and honestly, playing Oldham taught me a lot about this. And I know that it's not what anybody wants to hear, but going first or second is all about what does your deck do. There are 2 kinds of decks in this game. If you have ever played Magic, then there is an old school article, and this is going to take a second. I promise it's going to come full circle here. In Magic back in the day, there was an article called Who's the Beatdown? And that the article was referring to who is the aggro player, like who's trying to kill the other person and who's trying to stay alive. Those were like the 2 questions we were asking. Who's trying to kill a player and who's just trying to stay alive? And so that was your role in the matchup. Flesh and Blood doesn't have so much of who's the beatdown. It's a good article, even if you don't play Magic, to go and watch and like try to to read and to try and understand what's going on. But resentfully unsubscribe, bro. Now I asked you about Rice. Get out of here, Diablo. But that article kind of like explains to you like how to understand your role in a matchup. Flesh and Blood has 2 kinds of decks, in my opinion. you are the deck that either picks to go first or second based off of what you want to do, or you pick to go first or second based off of what your opponent wants to do. So if you're playing Zen, you pretty much always want to go second, right? Because you want to establish tempo. KO is one of those decks that a lot of time wants to go second. Oldhim was a deck that wanted to do the opposite of whatever you wanted to do. So if you were playing a Ninja into me and I was playing Oldhim, I went second because you wanted to go second and I wanted to go second to stop that from happening. So, but against Dromai wanted to go first. So I would go first against Dromai to deny them the setup there. So I kind of hope that makes sense. I hope that like answers your question in some way. Going first or second is all about what your deck does and what you want to do. And then even sometimes in different matchups, it can change. Are we switching to the good deck now? Are you talking about Terra? Yeah, we're going to swap to Terra. We're going to play Terra now. All right. We got a small break. I got to run to the bathroom. We got like 2 minutes here. I'm going to run to the bathroom. We're going to run an ad. When I come back, we're going to be playing Terra. Stick around. I'll be right back, guys. Okay, short break, and we are back. Let's run it. All right, so we're no longer playing Lightning McQueen. We are playing Earth Grandpa. I'm honestly really excited to play this deck. I'm curious to know how the build of this deck that I put together feels and what cards we need to change. So right now I'm running Redwood Hammer because I think there are more Earth cards in the deck than there are 3. I did the math earlier, and it feels like there are more of those cards. That there are more Earth cards in the deck that work with this than not. We're gonna run AB3. We are going to bring in Respites, and we're going to cut Peace of Mind, I guess. Kind of wish we could cut more cards, but it is what it is. We're also on like 22 blues, I think. So, mold them. Dude, I like that. I like that. I like that a lot, to be honest. I mean, yeah, let's just throw 9. Like, they're not really going to do anything broken on our turn. Like, they can probably, like, play Cindering Foresight or something like that and opt. I'm pretty sure they're on Rainbow Foresight, but... Just crushed the chess tourney just to watch some fab. What a time to be alive. Dude, Ash, let's go. Congrats on crushing your chess tournament, dude. That's exciting. I feel like I missed quite a few messages here. Longest time I thought I hated Guardian as a whole. Turns out it was the dread from the Azalea versus Oldhim games. I'm hoping Terra gets an Armory deck. I really hope Terra gets an Armory deck. I think Terra, like the adult Armory deck would be cool. Made me realize how much I didn't miss Ice Talent in general and Oldhim specifically. I mean, Oldhim is like very broken, right? Like Oldhim does a lot of like very, like what most people would call like stupid things, right? So tempo second, setup decks first, and everything else second. Cycle decks as an example. Decks that are not tempo or setup decks always choose what the opponent wants. Yes, absolutely, Pockets. That is an 100% accurate description. 100%. My opponent just asked how Terra feels so far. First game, so they're probably going, geez. They're probably going, geez, like now I gotta lose this guy who's never played his own deck before. I'm curious to see how Redwood Hammer feels tonight. Like we had an Earth card and a 3-cost or better here, so I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, let's make a Might token. Heck yeah. I wasn't even thinking about making a Might token. So we can go Entangle. Perfect for both of us. So we can go Entangle, fuse with Thrive, play the Pummel, and then, I mean, we could also just play the Thrive. I don't really think so, but like, I think playing the Entangle and fusing, or maybe we're just like, so what, this is for 4? We can prevent 2. And then, well, that's unfortunate. So this means that Redwood Hammer is going to be for 5, which is not enough to like really do anything crazy with. All the lightning cards make me even more excited for the Lexi replacement whenever that comes out. Yeah, I think that I honestly, I don't know. I'm very excited for Aurora myself. Jay, to be honest, like, or I'm sorry, more. I'm reading, trying to think, and I'm back and forth. I'm all over the place. You also already want to have Earth cards in the pitch zone. I'm not sure what you mean. Are you talking about like because like they play well with like Terra's ability? Is that what you mean, Rob? Yeah, I mean, Blake, like, we only get so many, like, arcane pieces that we can play, and, like, I don't know why... no, we're not going to pay to create a Might token. Might tokens pops, we come in for 5, and we hope that Blaze doesn't hurt us too much here. The fact that it was Spindle right there was very good. Like, the Spindle was a card we needed to block. Other than that, we probably would have taken some arcane damage to like try and like put a hand together. Like I don't know what equipment piece we would want over like to be able to play arcane here. Like we could cut the hood and like leave in Balance of Justice, I guess. Something like that, like to potentially draw a card. I mean, being able to throw the old 1-card 5 is pretty good. I'm pretty excited. Yeah, they have to be there by the end of the phase. Yeah, so like if we're making the mites, we have to have an Earth card there already. But I wish Redwood Hammer was a 2-cost for 3 so I could throw it and get a might. Dude, if they would have given us like a 2-cost like hammer that like a 2-cost 3 that like lets us make a might would have been insane, right? Dude, I beg that they would give us Crown of Seeds back. There's like no shot they're ever going to give us Crown of Seeds back, I'm pretty sure at this point. Like, I don't think there's ever a shot they're going to give us Crown of Seeds back, but God, I keep hoping and praying for that day. That's one of those cards that, like, when I look back on it, it's like you don't realize how actually... I mean, let me rephrase. I did realize how stupid that card was, but at the same time, like... I just don't know. Like, I did know how stupid it was, but I didn't. It's... the arcane damage, so they're gonna throw a Swell Tidings at us. He's gonna go to 15, and what this is gonna be, so that God almighty, dude. That's both the Kindles, at least, I guess. Kindle has made like this deck, like all of these wizard decks, like just so absurdly broken. So it's gonna be for 6. God, am I just dead? There's no shot I'm dead from 19, right? Like, no shot I'm dead from 19. We take 4 there, and then this is for 5, so they don't get their Ponder token. Which is kind of nice. I mean, like, they playing the moon there beforehand, kind of like they played themselves a little bit, but I don't think it truly matters, to be honest. That's why Trench was made. Use a similar concept, but more fair. I mean, a more fair concept of a card. That is very, like, that makes a lot of sense. I think that's a very good way to look at Trench, is that it's a fair Crown of Seeds. It hides information. It also has like a different effect where it gives you a resource, which is kind of cool. But at the same time, like, we'd also, I mean, like, Crown of Seeds is just better, right? Like, there's no world it's not. So let's pitch, and let's reveal an Evergreen, because we are going to pitch the Evergreen and then pay for Terra. That is the ideal here. The idea, we're going to pitch the Evergreen to play Pummel, so this is going to be for 11, and we make a might at the end of the turn, and they're going to try and, like, bibbity bobbity boobity do all the dumb wizard stuff. Oh yeah, they still, like, this is a terrible matchup. Like, Wizard and Guardian is abysmal. Like, if you're a good Wizard player, you'll like almost never lose to Guardian. It doesn't matter if I have AB3 and like Steadfast and Respite. It's just there's not enough things you can do most of the time. Genuinely curious to see how Briar will fare in LL after she gets access to all these awesome cards. I mean, Briar might just be able to do all the things, right? Like, Briar might just be able to, like, just go crazy. God, are we just dead? I mean, I really hope not. The Cindering gives +1 and +1. Oh. So we're gonna pitch the Evergreen that they're aware of to AB3. I am going to AB2. I don't like going to 5, but I do like putting them to 4. We don't get to make the might token here, but I mean, again, I think we're in that spot where beggars can't be choosers. We're just trying to hang on. They still have all of Blaze's counters, which is insane. So, what is one class you think is unfair in your opinion? Like, just a class in general? I mean, I don't know that there's like one class that's ever just been like stupid broken. There's a lot of heroes that have like good text, right? Like in a lot of different classes. So I don't know that there's ever one I could just point at and be like, this class is broken. Like, Ranger had its time in the sun. Guardians had its time in the sun a couple of times with Oldhim and with Starvo. Vroomblade had its time in the sun with Briar and with Viserai. Like Ninja's had his time in the sun. I don't know. Like, it's weird because like I guess the class that like I would say is like the most unfair is Illusionist, just because of Spectra. Like Spectra's just stupid, right? Spectra just like is infuriating and makes me want to cry. And I think that like that's the line in the sand for me is Spectra. I think, Caleb, to answer your question. But someone wish they had Oasis here. I would have loved to have had Oasis there. Would have been great. But we were forced to Arsenal the pummel early on, so... I mean, I can't Arsenal this, right? Like, there's no shot I can Arsenal this. So we're just forced to pass here. I can't even make a Might token. Big Sag. We're just going to leave this in our hand because it's a blue. Pitch a blue and then also Waning Moon me? Oh, man, that's so bad. I don't think I can afford to pitch a blue here. I know that like going to 3, like we're just slowly getting close to dying here, but this is at least something that like pushes a break point, right? And we have AB3 in our hand, which against Blaze and the Waning Moon may not be enough to stay alive. In fact, we're probably just dead, right? Because they banish something from their hand, we block, and then they throw Waning Moon and we die. Big Sag. It's either you play Illusionist or you hate it. I mean, that's honest. That makes a lot of sense. Yeah, like Illusionist has a lot of cards and a lot of things that demand answers that are unfun. I'm going to assume that they can still kill us here because this doesn't block this. And I don't think there's ever a world we're supposed to win this game. Yeah, Swell Tidings comes in for 7 now. And we just die. Yeah. It's unfortunate. I mean, to be fair, like, I don't know what hands were going to win us that game. Like, they would have had to have had another... Like, they would have had to have not had an Arcane spell in that hand, right? Like, that would have had to have been, like, a Cindering Foresight. Or something like that. Yeah, I don't know what that game looked like for us to win there. I don't really know. That's a tough matchup, I think. Yeah, Absorb is definitely for the buff. Illusionist is also a good one because they just play Magic while you're playing Flesh and Blood. I mean, that's very true. Yeah, if you could keep Go Again off of Spectra, like, it would be fine, right? Like, if you could keep Go Again off of Spectra, it would be, like, a totally fine keyword. Like, it would be completely fair. But the fact that, like, it takes your action point is, like, what is so infuriating and frustrating about it. Like, 100% makes it, like, almost unbearable. So, again, like, I think with Terra, we want to go first here. Oh, hey, it's Trent. Let's go. I was going to say against Dash Database, I think we want to go first because we want to deny them the ability to set up items from their hand. Peace of Mind's going to be insane. Trent, good luck, by the way, if you're still here, man. Dromine and Enigma have felt the most fair so far. Yeah, I mean, Dromine and Enigma were like definitely not OG Prism, that's for sure. Like, I think we'll cut Pubble and bring in Respites here. I think this is okay. I think this is okay. I'm pretty interested in, like, just trying to create a Might token if I can here. We'll pitch the Autumn's Touch to do this. The fact that Trent's giving me 2 cards makes me feel really good about where we're at, and I'm going to Arsenal the Peace of Mind. You know, yeah, let's pitch the Autumn's Touch. I'd rather have it in the deck for later. And then, I mean, we can block Entangle and Concuss here. We could also just throw Concuss. I like that he has 2 Adaptive Platings. I think that's pretty smart. This can't be defended by equipment. So, I mean, I would like to throw Concuss here, but I think it's more about it's more about keeping life up, right? It's unfortunate, but like we're probably just a fatigue deck in this game. The card I hate the most in Fab is Arclight Sentinel. I mean, yeah. We can just give 2 cards here. Considering that Trent boosted, I guess we went down a card there, all things considered, but he gave a card off the top of the deck, so well, this feels broken. Because we can Rampart, Respite, or I'm sorry, we can Respite or Rampart and Peace of Mind here, and then sink below and block with Entangle, keep the Macho in our deck. I really admire Trent for playing this game against me. Because I don't know that I would ever want to play this matchup from Trent's position. This feels like a very tough matchup as Dashio. Let's block Balance. And let's give the Peace of Mind. I like making the Ponder token here. Basically just gives us the ability to just like nullify what he's doing here. I mean, yeah, like we're literally just like, this is Oldham. This is like the most Oldham thing I've done in a long time. We're just playing Respite, Sinks, and like Peace of Mind. Plays Boom Grenade off the top. And then can't play his 2 for 5. Tunic's going to be up, so I can pitch away the Respite to use it for Rampart, and then play the Sink Below here effectively. We don't have an Earth card, which is unfortunate. Yeah, I think we just want to keep the Sink here, keep the 0 coster, and we'll just throw this at him. Seems fine. I mean, you do got to practice the bad matchups. James makes a good point. That is something that is like almost effectively required to be done if you're going to win the hard matchups. Says all equipment blocks for 1 less this turn. These 5s are really good. I don't know that we're going to be able to deny him this. And then I'm going to play the Peace of Mind here. And we're going to cover this up. Trent's running a lot of like defense or like equipment things against me, which means we're going to have to look for opportunities when our equipment will be good. I'm just going to pass, and we're going to give the Sink Below here. Lay Waste is tough, because it means we just can't defend with equipment, which means we're going to take 1 and 6. We're going to take 7 this turn. That's awkward. Well, we're just going to have to give it to him here. There's nothing else we can do about it. I would have loved to have been able to use the Ram's Head this turn. So we go to 19, and then we go to 13. Trent pushing a lot of damage there. And then Trent comes in with this. We're still not going to block with equipment because he has the Scramble Pulse on the chain. So we're going to go to 9, which is, I mean, it's a lot of damage for us to take, but it is what it is, you know? I feel like arsenaling this is a mistake, but we'll see what happens. So what? There's 1 Respite that we pitched, and we have a Sink Below we have yet to see, so we're just kind of blocking from hand here. I was just about to offer a gift to the membership if you ended the game at 20. Well, You missed your window. You missed your window. At this point, we might not win this game. Like Trent's a good dash database player. We need him to have some hands like this. I don't think we're using Thrive offensively, so we probably should just look to use it defensively here. Convection Amplifier is terrifying. We can't really get a ton of value here with what we're looking to do, so we could play the Earthlore Surge, and then we could throw the Mulch and make a Might token, so we could come in for 9. Which, I mean, I guess is like a non-zero number of things we can do. Although, I guess I won't make a Might token because I would rather use the Tunic for Rampart here. Just block for value. Makes sense. That's a good block from Trent. It's a good block. Is Thrive the Majestic from the Terra deck? Yes, it is. Which I think we just blocked with. Yeah, this is the M that like basically makes every Might +2 instead of +1, right? Which is really good. If there's a world where I can block with Command Respect here, and then go Earthlore Surge into Command and Conquer, I will. Because that is a 9-point play, right? It's the next attack action. Just kidding. He played a High Octane. We're blocking with every card in our hand. I think the Convection Amplifier is going to get us. When you pair that with the fact that, like... we have to use Tunic now. It's been a long time since I played Oldham online, so, like, remembering when to use Tunic is tough. We're using Oakenold? No, we're not using Oakenold. I think that's an Oldham spec, right? Like, that's an Oldham only card? Am I mistaken? Could not be. Thrive's not great unless you're running those +3 Might generators from his pre-con. I mean, there's probably a reason to, like, oh, that's 2 cards we love to see gone, to be honest. I think, like, yeah, like, if you're going to play Thrive, we're probably going to have to, like, change the deck, right? Like, run specific cards. We can just block 5 like this, right? And it does have Dominate, but we're still getting value out of our gauntlets here. No, that's not right. We could block Civic Steps here and give him an extra shot. So if we do that, Trent would shoot... let's think here. If we block with Civic Steps... we're trading 2 points for 2 points because that means if we take 2 here, we go to 7. He has 3 pistol shots, or I'm sorry, 4 pistol shots after this. Jesus Christ. And then we're able to go... Ram's Head for 1 on one of them. Block one of them. And then take 6, so we'd go to 1, basically. I think that's how we have to play this turn. Yeah, the winner card is a spec. So we can use it. We just can't fuse it, basically. Which, I mean, I guess is fine. We cannot pay any more into the Rampart here. So we're going to go to 6. And then we're going to go... oh, I'm sorry. We're going to go to 2. I'm probably going to give up Tunic here, right? To stay at 3. It's probably worth it. Actually, I'm probably just supposed to give this here, right? I think this is the best opportunity I can get to use this. I cannot crack the balance. I've only drawn 1 card, not 2, so... A lot of 2 blocks in these hands, which is tough. We're at 4. Okay, so there's a high octane, but he only has 1 counter on the shot, which is good. Fuel injector. That was from the top of the deck. Gains a resource. He goes up to 2 counters. I think we're probably dead this turn, but we'll see. Is it not shield and tunic? I mean, we could have given up tunic last night, right? But why not crush the week then? No, it doesn't cover the rest of the turn, Blake. This doesn't break the chain like... This doesn't break the chain like Dash... like Dash IE does. I'm going to see how we have to block the rest of the turn. Trent decided not to boost it, or no, he did boost. Spark for 0. Get a boom grenade. I mean, we're at a point where, like, if any attack action hits me, I'm dead to the boom grenade. He's drawn 2 cards this turn, right? You attack with this, you may put a card from your arsenal. Okay, so that doesn't really matter. So we're just going to block with Flourish here. He's got 3 action points. We give the Flourish. We give the Break Ground. If it's Gun one more time... We block 4. I think we might have just hung on. We might just hang on there. Yeah, 1 from High Octane and then 1 from the Spark Draw. So we were able to do that. I mean, 4 Dominate is block 3 and here. And we're going to pay 1 with the Thrive. And then we're going to come in for 4 with the Burgeoning and then Arsenal the Sink Below. I am going to be honest. I really thought Trent was going to get there. I'm sorry, we're going to come in for 5 because we can make mites on both sides of the turn cycle. Hey, Dylan, what's up, dude? Yeah, dude. Brad, I'm going to be honest. I did not think we were going to get there. But thankfully, we were able to close this one out. I mean... Okay, so that's like a cool little loop. And then it's just 9, right? I think we're just supposed to throw 9 here. There's no reason not to. And he blocks with Heart and Plating. Goes to 1. And can throw the shot at me. He can throw the shot at me and make the same play with Fuel Injector there. Yeah. I think we just want to block here. I think. Terra's been cool. We lost the first game we played with Terra, but like, I mean, like we managed to fatigue here, which it looked rough for a minute. Trent has a lot of stuff set up in his deck to like not get fatigued. So like there was a lot of equipment hate and stuff like that. I honestly, you know what I think actually bailed us out of this game? Was the turn when Trent activated Heart and he boosted away maximum velocity and payload. Look at all the reds over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 reds over there. Like, if Trent has like 2 more of those reds in his hand that he boosted away, like he probably wins that game, right? Because those reds that all have relevant text like probably win him the game. We were barely able to hang on there though. We did, but barely. Losing by big attacks sucked. I mean, yeah, I honestly thought you had me for a minute, man. Forgot about the quicken you gave me. Are you talking about when you boosted? I thought you wanted to keep the 2 action points was what I thought you were going for when you did that, but I get that. It's one of those things that's easy to forget about. You know what's even more wild? 30 viewers at only 16 likes. Dude, Robert's always pushing the likes, and I really appreciate it. Guys, if you're hanging out on YouTube, be sure to smash that like button. It'd really mean a lot. Goes a long way in helping me out. Dylan, have you been testing with any of the new cards or anything, man? Like, have you been, like, playing with the new cards from the First Strike decks? Hey, it's Keaton. Let's go, brother. Keaton, if you're hanging out in the chat, good luck, man. Good luck to you, brother. Rhinar is honestly terrifying. Sinks and Peace of Minds are good. I don't know that we want Respites. We don't want that many defensive cards. We probably want to be trying to play offense, which I don't know how we're going to do in this game, but maybe this is just a tectonic plating matchup. Keaton just left. Big Sag. Big Sag. First Strike, no, but I've been grinding the heck out of Riptide with the Armory deck. I have my eyes on Verdance. So Verdance looks really cool. That, and I mean, like, let's be honest, like the Riptide, you know, the Riptide Armory deck or whatever. I guess we're supposed to go first here, right? Like, I think I want to go first in this matchup. Keaton, good luck, man. Good luck in the game. But yeah, like all the cards that Riptide got from the Armory deck are really cool. Like, really cool. So, yeah, let's just run it like this. I think we want plating in this matchup. Oh, he's running the Rock. Let's go. This will be fun. Pay 3 attack, only if you have no cards in hand. Damage that would be dealt by the Rock can't be prevented. Okay. So, let's throw Hammer, make a Might, and then we'll try to hang on to the Command Respect for next turn to come in for 7. So, we'll overpitch like this to come in for 4 and kind of try to filter a little bit here. All the stream sniping this week has been so cool. Honestly, it's been has been like a lot of fun. It has been really cool to get to play against everybody. I do thoroughly enjoy it. Like if people are stream sniping in a negative way, then I'm like not a fan of that kind of stuff. But like, you know, if you're like hanging out and like you just want to play games, I'm so in for that. Like, I think that's a great thing to do. I love it. Enigma's Nightmare. I know I can't wait to run 6 Lace with... I mean, dude, you get to play Lace with Blood Rot and Lace with Blood Root, man. Like, it's insane. If you could pummel the Rock, I would cry. Play this. To play Swing Fist, think later. Discard a random card. I mean, this feels like we're just gonna block 4 here, right? Would I rather keep the Evergreen? I think I'd rather keep the Burgeoning, right? I think we want to keep the Burgeoning here. Hey, what's up, Noah? How are you, buddy? I don't watch the stream when I play. It's not really stream sniping. I mean, that's fair. I don't think anybody's like stream sniping in like, you know, a negative way. Uh-oh. I mean, we're not going to destroy a card in their arsenal, right? So we should just block like this. I'm going to keep the Sink Below in my arsenal. I'm going to keep the Sink Below in my arsenal. So Might Token allows us to swing this for 5, which is pretty good, I think. When is your 12-hour stream, and will it double up as hot dog topping tasting stream also? So it's not 12 hours, it's 24 hours. It's going to be 24 hours in September. It's going to be the weekend of the 14th. I think we're going to do it. I think we're going to do it the weekend of September 14th. I'm going to start at 1 o'clock in the afternoon Eastern time, and we're going to go until 1 o'clock on Sunday, I think is the plan. It's going to be 24 hours of Flesh and Blood, and we're going to be doing a giveaway every 4 hours of the stream. And we're going to do one when we start the stream. And I'm putting together like all the stuff we're going to give away right now. But it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm very excited. Wish all the Earth cards weren't 2 blocks. Isn't it supposed to be a defensive talent? So I think they designed this to be more of like an offensive card, right? Like it's sad because like Guardian's really slow. But I think in theory, this is designed to be like a... I think it's designed to be an offensive card. Like an offensive class. Costs 1 less. Only if you haven't played a card or activate an ability this turn. I mean, we get to just block 5. I don't really know what punishes us here. We could throw Concuss, or I could throw Hammer and make a Might and a Surge. I kind of like... if an Earth card was pitched to attack with this, so we have to pitch the Concuss and then pitch this. It's not if there's an Earth card in your pitch zone, it's if you pitched one this turn. That is pretty hype. I mean, I'm pretty excited. Hot dog tasting too. I'll talk to Carly. Carly and I may have like a section where we do like hot dog tasting. I'll see if I can talk her into it. I mean, Carly's like generally pretty happy to like, you know, be a part of the stream and like, you know, help engage and, you know, hang out with me when it comes to that kind of stuff. But the chat's asking about doing the hot dog stream when yeah, when we do the 24-hour stream. Carly said it's not a bad idea, so y'all might be able to put that on the calendar. This costs 3, which means we can make a surge and throw this. So we get more value out of blocking the rock by blocking here and with sink below, right? So we're better off to take 1. Oh, discarding the Skullcrack's so good because it lets him throw the rock here. We could also just block 6, take 1, and then throw this, but I think we're better off to like try and push 7, right? Barring that we just don't like die out of nowhere. I mean, we have a lot of equipment to like not die. So Surge pops. This is, yeah. So we get to make a new Surge and then throw a 2 for 7. It's a 2-card 7. I'm sorry, 2-card 8 because of the Might. We did not get to fuse, unfortunately, but we did not get to fuse. Since this is a very bad deck going first, you might consider Red Sigil. Sigil could be good. If you're talking about Sigil of Solace, then like, yeah, you could talk me into playing Sigil. That could be cool. You don't have to twist my arm too hard for that. Can we not roll a 4 or higher every turn, Bros of Stalin? Jesus! If you've intimidated this turn, it gets +2. Let's think about this. This hand feels a little weird. We could use Peace of Mind and Rampart here, pitching the Macho Grande. Throw the Hammer, Arsenal, Spinal Crush. That doesn't seem like a bad play. We take 1 this way. This says damage can't be prevented by the rock. Okay, cool. So like I was like, man, if that's the case, I was like, we're just up a creek here. Like that could be really bad for us here. So Surge pops. We come in for 4, which is nothing to write home about, but it's okay. I think I'm scared of what this is. Like this feels like some kind of combo that I don't understand. Would you believe me if I told you a little bit of vanilla ice cream on a hot dog is actually pretty good? There's not a lot of food that if you told me was good, I would just actively tell you, no, you're wrong. You know what I mean? Like I'm pretty open to like most concepts of food for the most part. For the most part, I'm not, you know, I'd be willing to try ice cream on a hot dog. Like that's fine. God, that's a lot of hot dogs. I'm trying to think of like all the toppings and stuff that we would like. Oh, I guess I should just make a new surge, right? No, I'm going to make a might. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make a might. I'm going to ponder. Then make a might with whatever we draw. And then we're going to Arsenal, whatever's best. This is Reinar the Rock Johnson. I think that's a cool name for that. Keaton said he's got an awkward hand that he's trying to figure it out. Those items are, I block with all my cards and still throw rock setup. So I gotta read this. Amulet of Ignition. Destroy Amulet of Ignition. The next ability you activate this turn costs 1 less. Activate this only if you haven't played a card or activated an ability this turn. So you activate Amulet of Ignition and then use Energy Potion and swing rock after blocking 12. That's pretty cool. Like, it's pretty... Yes, we will pay 1. Oh my god, this hand's terrible. Rolling Thunder. Your next brute attack gets plus X, where X is a number of rolled. Dude, 2 4s, 2 4s, and 2 5s? Okay. Oh my god. And this thing has plus 3? Brother, what is happening right now? So 6, 8, 13, and 3 is 16. Jesus Christ. Well, we don't actually get to do anything here if I block with both the cards in my hand, which I think is just correct. But we don't get to do anything. I mean, am I supposed to, instead of going to 10, go to 7 to throw Command and Conquer? Probably not, right? But it's just unfortunate because, like, this hand can't do anything with the way it's set up. Ugh. I think we're just, yeah, I guess we're just gonna go to 10 here. And then our hand actually just makes a surge and pass. That is so unfortunate. So unfortunate. You should make a hot dog topping channel in your Discord. I'm open to that. I'm open to that. We just get to block this out. Stay where we're at. And then Redwood Hammer for 4. I mean, we're just trying to continue to take cards out of their hand here, right? Aggro likes the steaming lawn dogs. Bro, what does that even mean? Trent said, what is this? I love this guy. A hot dog topping channel? I mean, in the Discord, I'm down for that. I'm totally down for that. I'll throw it in the general chatting later. Also, Drew, I saw you in the Discord earlier trying to get that moderator, like, you know, life going on there. I am getting rocked right now. Joking. Oh, about the I forgot about the whole, like, putting dog shit on a hot dog thing. I forgot about that. Oh man. You guys kill me, bro. Y'all kill me, I swear. Uh-oh. You can only activate one of these, right? No. You get away from me with that thing. Yes. I'm not sure what the... Oh... Keaton said he missed the 50-50, and I'm assuming he means the discard. I assume is what he means here. So, if I block... I can pitch Flourish to block with Ram's Head and Peace of Mind. Make a Might token. And then I can swing Hammer for 4 and then, like, kind of just waste the Ponder here. I could also go to 4 and throw 13. Let's go to 5. I know it's wild to like take this much damage for this, but I think it's what we're gonna do. This is like, I mean, and without the energy, the E-Pot, they can't like really like kill us here, right? That's right, rock and roll. That would be like such a cool name for a deck. Like ROK, rock and roll. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people did that, right? This is one of those cards that when it came out, everybody was really excited, but like I never saw it like get the love I felt like it deserved. I mean, we can push 1 here, or we can Arsenal the Pummel. He gave us his whole hand. We should just Arsenal the Pummel here, right? So let's make a Surge. And then throw Break Ground. And then this will be for 6. And we have the Pummel hit here. I'm not going to put a card on the bottom. We're not going to put a card on the bottom. We're going to keep it the way it is. We are going to play the Pummel. I wonder if this is the Reckless Swing. Oh, no. He just said GG. Okay, I was honestly expecting the Reckless Swing there. Oh, he'd been trying to set up the Alpha Rampage there. That makes a lot of sense. So we had the Peace of Mind, and then our next hand was going to be not very good. Not very good. But the Pummel ended up getting us there, so that's okay. That was... Man, I was very worried with those 3 items in play that we were just going to die out of nowhere. Like, something was just going to happen, and I was just going to be like, okay, and we were dead. You know what I mean? But thankfully, that was not the case. All right, so we're 2-1 with Terra. We went 2-3 with Aurora. Now, to be fair, after we changed the deck, we went 2-1 with Aurora, and then we're 2-1 with Terra so far. It is kind of weird that like Guardian's playing all these 2 blocks. I don't know, like it's interesting. And obviously, like, when the set comes out, we'll get new cards. Oh, we get Terra versus Aurora. Let's go. That'll be fun. This is probably a tech plating matchup as well. Respites. Depends on how many breakpoints they're playing, right? They're probably better than Pummels. Which also means we probably want Tunic. Yeah, I think we want Tunic here. I think this is fine. Yeah, you never really had a big turn to like really do what you wanted to there. I think I was like, it's definitely what it felt like, Keaton. His whiff definitely won you the game for sure. When I say realm qualifier, what does that mean to you? Means that there's a tournament on Saturday or on Sunday. I assume that's. Oh my god, I didn't bring Arcane Barrier. We're just dead. We're actually just dead. I am such a Bagnun. God, I know better than that. Jesus. Closing your tab? Dude, Dylan, thanks for coming by and hanging out, man. Hope you have a good night, brother. I appreciate you chilling with us for a little bit. Yeah, no AB was definitely not the move here. Was definitely just a bad play on my part. Big mistake. Although going second did give me a lot of value. We get to make a might here, and we get to force a lot of cards out of our opponent's hand. We are going to have to be very aware of the fact that we do not have Arcane Barrier. So we give Mulch. We don't have to give anything else. We could give Evergreen and Rampart, pitching the Mulch. And then we could pitch the Earthlore Surge to throw Hammer, make another Might. We could just give Macho here. Throw Mulch with no fuse. We could play Earthlore Surge and throw Hammer. That's a tech action card, so I guess we're going to be forced to do this. Since they're playing Creepers, we're going to have to be aware of the fact that they could be playing like the Burn Up card. What's the best game of Flesh and Blood ever played? Ooh, dude, that's a loaded question. That's like a heavy loaded question, but I do like it, to be honest. I really wish we had Tunic up so we could fuse this and then Arsenal the Earthlore Surge. It's unfortunate, but we do get to just throw 7 here. There's no text, but it is 7. For what it's worth, I would have brought in Null Room Boots and kicked out the Civic Steps here. Would have been the play that I would have made this turn, or this game. I assume since they have Image Not Found, they're also playing Starfall instead of Rosetta Thorn. Although if they're running Spellbound Creepers, it's probably just correct to run Rosetta Thorn because you're playing the ratios that you need to make Rosetta Thorn work, right? So always bring Arcane Barrier 1 to your Runeblade matchups. Yeah, that was definitely a mistake. Yep, we'll make a Might. I would like to block Concuss and Flourish. Revealed a Lightning Surge.
Let's freaking
Revealed, yeah.
go.
Hey, let's go. Gaucho1508. Thank you for the follow on Twitch, brother. Appreciate you being here and hanging out with us, man. We got 3 questions we ask everybody when they're here for the first time. What's your name? What got you into Flesh and Blood? What are your favorite hot dog toppings, man? Tell me a little bit about yourself. I'd like to learn more about you in the chat. So, I mean, we're not really stopping an on-hit effect, so, like, blocking with Rampart would be, like, mid. I would really like to be able to throw Entangle and then fuse, but we're probably better off throwing the Concuss because it's an on-hit effect that matters. Which means we're probably better off blocking like this. I think I'm going to pitch the Flourish. Because we can make an extra Might and throw Concuss for 8. Which could matter. Now, they're probably looking to Arsenal the Lightning Surge if I had to guess. But they could have something that could be really relevant here. The Lightning Form. We get immediately punished for blocking the way that we did there. So if I block Concuss and balance, we're just hoping they don't have a Lightning Press here. Okay, can I please undo my blocks game? We're just hoping they don't have the Lightning Press, which would be pretty good, but they're going to activate Aurora as an instant. No, they have 2 reds in their hand. Yeah, we're going to pay to make a Might token. So we have 2 Mights, and we're going to come in for 5 here. We do not have the Earth card to pitch here to make this worth. So I know my answer. It's a game I rewatch very frequently. Okay. What's the best game of Flesh and Blood ever played? So off the top, like my knee-jerk answer to this question is 2021 US Nationals Finals. Michael Fung versus Tarek Patel. The Briar versus Chain final of that game was probably one of the best games I've ever watched. I would pretty much say bar none. I'm just going to pass, and I'm going to play Peace of Mind here. And we're going to use the Ram's Head to block something else efficiently with our hand, because we do not have another blue. So we're going to block with Command Respect. I haven't seen that. I came in during Uprising. What year? It was 2021, I believe. If you watched during 2021, I think it was like that was like one of the best. I would say that was probably like what's probably the best game of Flesh and Blood I've ever watched. Pepperoni and hot dog on a or pepperoni and bacon on a hot dog. I could be cool with that. I could be down with that. I think we're going to take this and go to 16 in case this is like a snatch. I think we have to hang on to activate Aurora, activate Grasp, and pass. Okay, so we made a good decision here. Thankfully, we played patiently. This worked out well for us, and we're in a better position because of it. Nice. Good decisions. Special plays, special players, special teams, or whatever he says. Something good to Arsenal, please. Wouldn't call that good necessarily, but it does pair well with Tunic, I suppose. They are beating us on the card battle right now. For me, it's got to be Worlds 2022 quarterfinals where Michael Hamilton, Arsenal locked his Icelander opponent. Okay, so that was actually a crazy game where... Okay, so that was just Fry. Where, like... I can't remember, like, how it panned out, but he, like, Arsenaled, and it did not work out for him. That was a really... It was a very heads-up play by Michael Hamilton to, like, realize that. It was a great game to watch. I think my opponent realizes that the more they activate Grasp, the closer I am to dying, and there's, like, almost nothing that I can do to stop it. Well, like, there's literally nothing I can do to stop it. Yeah, Channel Lightning Valley is just guaranteed to have an on-hit effect, which is so depressing. Yep. So this is just 3 go again. I'm just going to block Entangle here. You play your next non-attack action as though it were an instant. So, I mean... I guess we're blocking like this. If he presses, we go to 11. It's like he's probably going to save the press for next turn. I would, if I was in his spot. We're going to keep the Evergreen in Arsenal. So this is 6 with an on-hit effect here, which seems pretty good. We could also just pitch the Evergreen to make a Might token, but I think I would rather keep the 3 for 5 that goes in the bottom of our deck. Like, the Might token's not super relevant, right? I mean, they are at 10. It could be. Yeah, I guess let's make the Might token. We'll try to play patiently here. Grasp is killing me right now. Like, man, not bringing in Arcane Barrier because I wasn't thinking is just so stupid. If I block for 2, I'm really taking a chance that they're going to play that. That they're going to play the... that they're going to play the Lightning Press, which I think they are. It's like, it seems like it would be the smart thing to do, would just be to play the Lightning Press. I don't really want to get rid of anything else. We have a 3 block in hand, so... Okay, they managed to pitch their other Lightning card to keep Channel Lightning Valley around for another turn, which is big bad for us, but we do get to come in for 5 with Redwood Hammer. So far tonight, it would have been better to have had Titan's Fist, which is weird because, like, it's actually not... Like, statistically, we're better off with the Redwood Hammer in this deck. Yeah, he Arsenaled a Sink Below, and, like, Michael just never attacked him, right? Like, it's pretty much what happened. Yeah, the Sink Below in the Arsenal was good. I forgot about the Brain Freeze. I remember that Michael just, like, was making, like, the crazy, like, blocks, or, like, I remember thinking that he was making, like, a very heads-up decision, but, I mean, I forgot about the Brain Freeze, because the Brain Freeze happened beforehand, yeah. which makes sense. I mean, there could be a world we use Respite to prevent them from drawing here off the Grasp. Probably just incorrect if I had to guess, but... Weave Lightning. I mean, yeah, I guess we're going to. It's unfortunate, but... Let's block Spinal Crush, and then I'm just going to play the Oasis Respite here. Like, imagine how much better this game... Like, we're honestly, like, at 16 or 17 right now if we have AB1. They're also playing the game very differently because they know that we have it. Because they know we don't have it. Is this the weapon? Yeah. There is one more Snatch in the deck, so, like, we could get punished by blocking poorly here. I think I'm willing to just give this up. I'd like to keep the Command & Conquer to Arsenal here, but if I can't, I can't. They do not have another lightning card. They don't have 3 lightning cards here, and this is just a Fry. I mean, yeah, we'll just block 3 here. I don't see a reason to take any damage that we don't need to. We are currently going to have the exact same number of cards in our deck as our opponent, and they have a Channel Lightning Valley. There are 2 cards in the pitch stack, and they just put Channel Lightning Valley at the top of the... I would have put Channel Lightning Valley at the top of my deck because I wanted to see it faster, so I'm going to assume they did too. The finals game in 2021 Nats was an incredible game. They kept you biting your nails. Yeah, it was really good. And, like, honestly, Michael Fung wins that game if he hits, like, almost anything off of, like, one of his last chain banishes, but... It was just like it's just a really good game, but I honestly forgot about the the game from the world's quarterfinal game, the Icelander Mirror, because it was a really good one. Like, it was a very, very good one. Guys, appreciate y'all being here and hanging out tonight. I was like, a lot of things y'all could be doing on Thursday night, so I appreciate y'all chilling and hanging out with me. All right, my opponent said they're thinking. They're going to play Weave Lightning. We're going to pitch the Flourish. I'm sorry, we're going to pitch the Thrive, because if we can keep the Flourish, we're able to throw Hammer for 5 here. And honestly, every card we can keep in our deck is just a massive W for us. PTLA Finals was also insane. I do completely agree with that. That was like a crazy good game. I think we'll go to 10 here. Yep, activate Aurora. They should be activating Grasp more than they are. I mean, yeah, sure. And then we're just going to pass. Like, it doesn't matter, but yeah, why not, right? Like, we should. I don't think there's a reason not to. So, block Entangle, block Sink Below, use Tunic to pitch Respite. Arsenal Peace of Mind with this red hand here. Thought the Hatchet Dory Mirror in the quarterfinals. Are you talking about the Josh Lau and the Max, I can't remember his name, game? I'm talking about the Hatchet Dory Mirror between Josh Lau, yeah, and Max Klein. That game was really good. I'm going to say no blocks, and I'm going to play the Sink Below, putting the Entangle on the bottom. Lightning Press, Close but no cigar, brother. Close but no cigar. Should I just play the peace of mind here? The answer's probably just yes to that, right? And then if he throws the Starfall at me, I can just block the Rampart with it. So it's for 5, which means I can pay 1 and then use Tunic to Respite. I mean, it's not like it... Like, it's not like we're gaining life here, but we are staying as high as we can. We ponder to see what we find. I don't really want to Arsenal Blue Burgeoning here, so we're just going to skip our Arsenal. You wouldn't sink Peace? I mean, I think sinking the... I think sinking, like, the card that, like, does the least in your hand is probably the best thing to do, right? And the Entangle doesn't really do much there. I mean, I understand that, like, literally just, like, 9 more turns of this and, like, we will, like, lose the game. But I'm also trying to stay in a decent spot. We're going to pay 1 off the Thrive to block this. There are no more Lightning Presses. They can activate Aurora, though. Yeah, let's make a Might. So these are the turns that are good for us, right? So we can just throw 5 and then Arsenal the Sotomorrow. I'm sorry, we can throw 6, which does have a lot of value, right? The top deck Sigil was the play of the century. So I was actually talking to someone about this the other day. The top deck Sigil is actually, like, really cool because if you play other TCGs, there's a lot of moments where you have an opportunity for, like, this, like, crazy cool top deck play where you rip a card and you're like, and, like, everybody goes crazy. But you don't really have that in Flesh and Blood. The game is, like, so consistent and you're drawing so many cards a lot of times that, like, you just don't have those moments. And so it's really interesting to see. It's really interesting to see moments like that, you know? If you hit a red, you can't really do anything with the other card. I mean, sure, if we do hit a red, but I mean, there's 22 blues in our 40 card deck, and we just drew 4 reds, which means, like, statistically, there's a better chance of there being a blue on top. But yeah, I mean, I hear what you're saying. But also, if we draw another red, it more than likely blocks for 3, right? More than likely, it blocks for 3 anyway. Oh my god, it's Lightning Helix! Exactly. Exactly. We don't really have that in this game. I mean, slowly but surely, they're grinding us out. We'll pitch this. I don't know what card we're going to put back into our deck, but we're going to put something back into our deck. I honestly forgot to continue to count their pitch stack for where they were going to be at when it came time for the Channel Lightning Valley, but it's probably here, right? So this is going to be for 5, which means you are required to block with at minimum 1 card here. Talking about cool games, Roger Bodie's bluff in the draft portion of US Nats against Pat Eschke was crazy. So I didn't get to see that because I was at US Nats, but I heard people talk about that. It's one of those plays I wanted to go back and watch. Like, if anybody knows what round that was, I would actually probably go back and watch that because, like, bluffing is one of those things. It's like kind of like some people are born with it, but, like, most of the time it's a taught art, and that impresses me. Opponent said they're thinking, which I understand. Like, I completely get it. We do have a decent bit of equipment left to block with, and I need to be looking for an opportunity to use the Civic Steps effectively. Like, that doesn't always present itself, but we need to be finding the ability to be able to do that, right? Go to 1. Okay. I mean, if I'm able to keep 1 card here, I can throw 5 at them. Which means keeping the might is probably... I'm probably just supposed to Arsenal here, I think. Sizzle? Sizzle's a cool card. I like that card a lot. Sizzle, activate Aurora. We might get punished here, but I think I'm supposed... Like, I guess giving the Civic Steps here and giving the embodiment... Or the Civic Steps and also letting the lightning form hit's kind of the same thing. I mean, I guess the burgeoning really is only like 1 card, right? I don't like this. Because we're going to take 2 here and go to 5. Which means there's multiple turns of them just activating Grasp and then attacking us. That's like in a bad spot for us. They could have done that no matter what, right? The Civic Steps did not matter there. Yeah, the Civic Steps literally mattered 0. So we're both at 4 cards in our deck. I need to make sure that we're keeping cards in our deck to be able to win with here. It was one of the draft rounds in day 1. Okay. I mean, yeah, I could find it pretty easily, right? If that's the case. So there's the Channel Lightning Valley. I was off by 1 turn. I guess they're not pitching as many cards as I thought. We don't really have any prevention cards either here, so... If this is one of the Lightning Flow cards, then they're going to get value because this is a Lightning instant that they can play. They draw a card. This is 5, go again. I think it's okay to block with the Civic Steps here. We can pitch one of our Thrives. To block this out efficiently and stay at 4. So this is for 2. We stay at 4, and then we get to throw 6. We do get to pay for a might, and we get to throw 6, and then create another might. So they can't give me... They are not able to give me Carapace, Creepers, and a card here. They have to give me 2 cards. And a piece of equipment here. Okay, this is not bad for us. We could have kept the Thrive there and went to 2. I'm a little skeptical of going down that low with where the game's at, but we could have. It's just tough because they're like guaranteed to draw a card no matter what happens, right? So we go to 3. I'm going to pitch the Evergreen. To block here. I think we've won the game. Unless they just like ripped a Harness Lightning. Oh god. Man, it would have been very unfortunate if I would have died right there. That would have been a big sag. So I can block Flourish. And then they're going to die because their last 2 cards don't block. Or one of their last 2 cards doesn't block. Jesus, I literally thought we lost to that. Praise God, we were able to hang on. I literally forgot to bring in Arcane Barrier, and I thought we were going to lose because of it. Man, that Vexing Malice, like, that's one of those plays that, like, you know, makes you clench those butt cheeks together right there at the end. That was scary. Round 5 of US Nats. Okay, thanks, Brad. I know you forgot to bring in AB, which is why I didn't keep grasping. Oh, was that you, Dylan? Oh, you didn't keep grasping because you didn't want to cheese it? I appreciate it, brother. I appreciate you, like, playing it out because I forgot. Like an idiot. I didn't know that was you, but GG, man. I appreciate the game, brother. Aurora is really cool. She's a lot of fun. All right, so we played an extra game with... we played 5 games with Aurora. We'll play a 5th game with Terra too. Arcane Barrier's overrated anyway. LOL. Ooh, bravo. This should be interesting. Maybe run Arcane Lantern in sideboard instead of Hat. It's functionally the same as Rampart, pitching for AB on opponent's turns, just creating a might with the remaining resources. That makes sense. Instead of the Hat, we could leave in balance for decks that like to draw cards. I can see that. I think we won't bring in the Respites here, but I do like this. And I think we'll leave in Tunic. I don't know when you want Tectonic Plating. Maybe it's here. Maybe it's for these dominated decks. Actually, we'll run Tech Plating. I don't know if it's correct or not, but... I'm curious to see how this plays out. So let's pitch a break round to make a surge. We can throw Entangle here. I don't really want to arsenal this, but I think it's okay. I think it's fine. Also, they have Cop in their deck and we don't, so... I specifically remember forgetting to bring in AB against a Vincent on Saturday. Thank God for Scab Skins. Amaret? I don't even know what that is, bro. What is that? Yeah, shout out to Dylan for saying that he played that like I had AB1, because like a lot of people would not have done that. And, you know, I mean, I did make a mistake. And like I wouldn't have held it against Dylan if he decided to punish me for making a mistake. So I appreciate him being a G. That's cool. I really appreciate that, brother. Balance in AB3 is pretty great against the Wizards in the format. Okay, cool. So we can run Null Rune Gloves, Boots, and Arcane Lantern, which is even better because I've got foils of all of those. You'll love to see it, boys. You'll love to see it. Vexing Malice has got me so many times. Bro. Like, Vexing Malice is a card that I've gotten a lot of people with. Wait, what? With one or more as defending? What the heck is that? So we block Entangle and Rampart. Make a Might. We'll pitch the Sotomaru. Like, we're not really doing much with it right now, so I think we're better off to just pitch it. We get to make the extra Might token here. We get to make a new Surge and then come in for 7. Actually, we could come in for 7. And we could come in for 7 and make a Might and Arsenal the Spinal Crush, right? I think that's a better play than making this. Oh, never mind. We can't make the Surge. This isn't a Guardian attack. Ignore me. Ignore me. I mean, yeah, I agree, honestly, man. Like, I think Balance in AB3 is a much better plan than what I currently have. You think you want Fate Foreseen to cover breakpoints? Just another first card with Sigil of Solace? Yeah, they definitely could help in Blitz. Like, it's definitely something that we could think about. This is, like... I'm open to any and all suggestions because all of the cards that I'm playing are just, like... My brain went, oh, let's play that. Like, that's just what happened. Bro, it was you? Oh, me, Vincent, on Saturday. Dude, I keep forgetting I played Vincent and CC on Saturday, bro. Hey, what's up, Billy? Don't play Blitz at all. Is just Zen the solo best deck there too? Yes. Like Zen is bonkers, bro. absolutely bonkers. We played against a Zen who like literally didn't even have broken turns against me. Like just played a fair game and still beat us earlier. It's a big Sag. It's a big Sag, fam. No, I think we'll just Arsenal. Uh-oh. I'm in danger. This was their master plan, was to dominate a buckling blow. I'm not even like afraid of this, which I know is like kind of hateful to like, because like even if they're lunging pressing us, it doesn't matter. We're gonna pitch the burgeoning because we've pitched 2 Sotomaros, so we want to make sure that we're pitching like an attack here, and then we're gonna play Peace of Mind. We're gonna play Peace of Mind, and then what we're gonna do is after we make the Ponder token, we're gonna take 1 fall to 19, and then we're going to throw the Spinal Crush. And we're going to pay to make a Might token, not a Surge, because they're not like we're not playing Choke Slams, we're not playing Choke Slams, Debilitates, like we're not playing all these like 4 for 8s that like we get a lot of value off of using Tectonic Plating. So I think we're genuinely better off to just like throw 9 and then make us a Might as opposed to to push more breakpoints as opposed to a Surge. Kind of want to take Zen to a UPF table just to see if I can OTK the table. You probably can, right? Apparently, Rhea's spoiler card this weekend is a Vin spec. Oh, let's go. That's awesome. That's really cool, Jay. Like, I love when people get cool cards, like fun cards. That's very exciting. We're gonna Ponder. I mean, I guess maybe there's a reason to make a Surge and a Might because of something like this. Because arsenaling this feels really bad. I really don't want to. I think I'm going to pass on arsenaling here. Which I know is like, meh, I'm not very cool for that, but... This is a weird thing. We could throw this for 6. We could also make a Surge and throw the Hammer, make another Might, Arsenal the Pummel, leave the Sink Below in hand. Actually, we're better off to Arsenal the Sink Below, right? I mean, they probably could be playing Command and Conquer and, like, get us here randomly, but... I guess if they're playing Command and Conquer, it doesn't really matter, right? Like, we're just getting got. Also, using the Might ability off Terra and Redwood Hammer to be able to throw a 2-card 5, like our 1-card 5, is just really good. Big sad indeed. Been enjoying getting to play Lexi again in LL, but haven't ran into Zen there yet. I'm sure that like Zen will make its way into LL, unfortunately. Zen's just too broken, right? I'm just gonna play the Pummel, right? It's just damage. Like, I know it sucks to play it here because it's just damage, but we're just gonna play it. I think it's just the correct thing to do. Where's your spoiler card? Blake, that's a great question, brother. I've never gotten a spoiler card. I would love to get a spoiler card. I was talking about this a few weeks ago, and like if I got a spoiler card, I think that I would like go all out. Like if I got one, I would like go ham, like trying to make like the coolest video I could. Like something that like really encapsulates like how cool a card like that is. I'm sorry, does that say 15? The only attacks the enemy player activate are attack. Okay, so if I block 8 and take 7, we still don't get to cover it up. I could take 3 and swing the hammer. We could give equipment, which I don't really want to do, but we could. What if we blocked 3, 6, 7... What if we blocked like this, and then we gave the Sink Below? So we're taking 2 basically, and we're giving up the Sink Below, and I'm going to pitch the Thrive here. So we pay 1 for Rampart, and then we're going to give the Sink Below. We're not going to sink, and then we're going to throw the Hammer for 4. Because of the Might generation here. So all things considered, I mean, considering that my opponent just threw a Starstruck for me at 15, like that feels pretty good. I think all things considered. Ray's local teammate, Kevin Breyer, will be quite excited to hear about a new Vin spec. Is he a big Vincent player? A little bit ago that they opened an MST box with 2 gold packs in it. Oh, wow, that's wild.
Love to see it.
Yo, James Urbaugh. I hope I said that correctly, man. Thank you for the sub on YouTube, brother. Appreciate you being here and hanging out with us, man. Guys, when you're here for the first time, this goes for any and everybody, whether you're James or you're somebody else who's just recently here. We got 3 questions we ask everybody when you're here for the first time. What's your name? What got you into Flesh and Blood? And what are your favorite hot dog toppings, man? I'd like to learn a little bit about you. We get to make a Might and throw 11. I think I'm willing to, like, take 4 life for that. He's a big-time Vincent and Chain player. He's on Team Eclipse. So I know Eclipse just because, like, I've seen the like jerseys and stuff, but that's really all I know about it. It's really all I know about it. The fact that this, by the way, like, this is a random side note, but, like, Entangle plays really well with this because normally I would want to make a Surge and then throw this, but we can fuse, still play the Pummel, and then I can still make a Might token because we have pitched an Earth card, which is insane. So we don't have to make the Surge. We're going to guarantee that we get the Might value that we want. Now, my opponent probably understands that, like, I'm looking at Pummel here, right? Like, this is more than likely just a Pummel every day of the week and twice on Sunday. Something tells me they have a Sink below, considering they blocked exactly 7. A Sink or a Fate or something like that. We've seen both the Sinks, so I guess they could have a Fate. No. Okay. So they discard a card, and their first attack gets -2 next turn. We do pay for the Might, which is good value for us. And we pass to our opponent. Now, they can still throw this for 6 at us. If I play Peace of Mind, take 2, go to 11, pitching the Flourish, I could make a Might and make a Surge and throw Command and Conquer for 8, which gets a lot of value, and we get an Arsenal card. I think that's a pretty sweet play. There's also the world where we could just block with a Rampart to, like, play more efficiently, play more defense than we are offense. Since it's for 7, it's probably just correct to stay at 12. And they don't have an Arsenal, but this is still just 8 points, right? Off of a 2-card hand. Oh, they run the IP3 podcast? Okay, cool. I did not know that. I think the streamer's spoil card should be a cold foil artist with a print to their stream logo on the back. That would be really cool. That would be a really cool way to, like, spice up, like, spoiler cards and, like, make them more interesting for, like, streamers specifically. Because you could have that as, like, a part of your collection with your logo on the back forever. That's really cool. Eclipse being Adam, the Prism that got second at the Round Fest in New Jersey. Calling winner Mark Morrison, Justin Gottlieb, Kevin Breyer, and some others not coming to mind immediately. So it's a group of very good players, it sounds like. Sounds like a group of very, very good players. Good card, please. Take that. Take that. Like a Surge. Command and Conquer. I don't really want to give up equipment here, but we don't really have a 2-card hand that blocks efficiently. It's pretty unfortunate. We could throw the Command Respect for 7, which is not bad in Arsenal to CNC. So if I block Macho, Gauntlets, and Ram's Head, I am able to pitch Thrive to pay. I get to make a Might, block 6. And then on my turn, I get to make a Surge and then pitch the Evergreen to come in for, or to throw Command and Respect for 7, making a new Surge, Arsenal, Command and Conquer. We played both the Pummels, I guess, so both of our Pummels are gone. Big unfortunate. Using the Gauntlets there feels real bad, I won't lie. We still have more equipment block than our opponent based off of what's on the left-hand side of the screen, but it still feels bad to give up equipment when you don't really, like, quote-unquote need to, if you will. I could also just throw this and not make a Surge. I think that's better, because I would rather make the Might for Command and Conquer next turn, right? Like, Command and Conquer for 7 is just better than having a Surge when I know I don't need it. They terrorize a lot of pro quests and RTNs here in Ohio. So that's the interesting thing to me is, like, if you find a good team, they will, like, run pro quests and, like, events like that. Like, at, like, a, like, you know, like, I would say, like, more of, like, a, what I would call, like, a local level to, like, wherever you play. So, a lot, like, Taylor Crawford, Aaron Grace, like, all of the guys in North Carolina on, like, that team on Team Talishar, like, terrorize all of our local events. They always have. And, like, I mean that in a positive way. I love Taylor. Like, I really like Aaron. I like a lot of the people in that area that hang out there. They're just very good players, and it makes it very tough to win at a high competitive level for me. It's tough, you know? You are a special guest for Fab the same way Rudy was. I see you as aggro, worst enemy, wielding sausage nunchucks. Dude, Pockets, I love this idea. I love that I'm, like, just some dude wielding, like, nunchucks. That's amazing. So block 6, take 4, throw Command and Conquer for 7. We do fall down to 7 this way, but we get to throw CNC for 7 and then Arsenal Sink Below, which I think has a ton of value. There's only one Command and Conquer left in their deck, which means there's only, like, one real, like, blowout potential play for them to get us on. We have to use our life lead in a positive way, right? So, and then this is for 7. Now, again, this is back-to-back Command and Conquers or, like, Arsenal disruption effects that, like, they don't have an Arsenal on, but I still think we're good to play them here. We also tend to get Pat Eschke and the rest of the Green Tree crew at Ohio events. Always a great learning experience. Yeah, I mean, I believe that. It sounds like you're playing against some of the best players, like, in the world at ProQuest. I get it. I feel the same way. Like, playing against Taylor and all them, I feel like I'm genuinely playing against, like, some of the best players in the world. Well, we don't have too much we can do here. Like, in fact, like, oh no, that's bad. I kind of forgot that costs 3. So I have to pitch here to make a surge and then throw this so that I can turn around and pitch this at the end of the turn to make a new Might token. Now, they're probably going to try and keep most of their hand here, I imagine. They're playing cards like Earthlore Empowerment to, like, set up these big turns. Making something cost less and being able to throw for a lot is good. They know we don't have Pummel because they can see both of them over here. So they know this is just 6. And they also know there's no one-hit effect. So my opponent can just take some damage here if they want, which is, like, not good for us. Topping 8 in Ohio event is a feat and something to be proud of. I mean, yeah, absolutely. Like, I completely get that. I completely get that. Honestly, terrifying that they blocked with the Civic Steps. We are going to make a Might token just in case. I mean, you never know. We're back to pitch stack with our double Sotomaro. This hand that doesn't block for garbage. So 16. 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so 3. We'll block with the Sotomaro. 3, 4, 5. Pitching the Evergreen 6, 7, 8, 9. Play the Sink Below. Make a new Might token. Throw the Hammer for 6. And I'm at 4. Eight, 9, and then 4 is 13. I mean, we could block Civic Steps here, but I don't know if I'm supposed to. I'm open to hearing why we should block Civic Steps. Now, the Quicken token, we're not going to get any value out of. I do tip my hat to my opponent there. They did a very good job at that. I mean, I get, like, if we block Civic Steps... So the problem with blocking Civic Steps is if they have, like, if they have a Spinal Crush and 3 blues, they could quite literally just, like, give me equipment, not die, and then go Spinal Crush into Titan's Fist. But, I mean, again, like, it's one of those, like, oh, that's freaking terrifying. That's so bad for me. They're probably going to try and Bravo me and end the game here. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So we can basically block 7, which means if they have a Crippling Crush, we're just dead. I think they've played them both. That's the biggest attack they have in their deck. If they Bravo something here. They have to give you 2 cards following turn. They do not have to give me 2 cards. That was actually incorrect. And we just saw why they didn't have to give me 2 cards. Now, this probably just ends the game, right? Two, 3... Block 7. They're also, like, running a lot of, like, Guardian cards that we're not on to try and, like, find, like, what we want with Terra. Make a Surge. It's interesting, because there's probably a world you're just supposed to throw the hammer at me, right? So we can block 4 from hand. I don't know. We could block 3 and then swing hammer for 4. Take 1 card out of their hand. I think leaving them with 4 cards is probably like detriment for a disaster for us, but this game has been intense. This has been a very good last game that we're playing tonight. Like, this game has been very good. I do thoroughly enjoy the Guardian Mirror, and honestly, we're getting to see the Guardian Mirror without, like, Victor's variants, and I do enjoy it more. We have 3 points of equipment to block with, which means if they're able to dominate pretty much anything 8 or better, we're dead. Card from hand, and we are dead. How are they able to play this? Oh, they made a Surge last turn. So we go to 1. We're going to keep this in our deck. We go to 1 and give them, like, all of the tempo, all the value. I mean, yeah, sure. Like, LOL, why not? And then we're probably just dead here. Like, Bravo anything and we're dead. Also just this anything and we're dead. I'm going to pitch this to block 7, and then we're going to die to the hammer. Man. It's also, they should have just thrown Macho Grande at me. Like, that would have just been, that would have worked too, but I guess it didn't really matter. Man, that was a good game. Man, that was down to the wire. That was a good one. And, like, it was kind of going our way for a minute, but, like, the 2 Earthfloor Empowerment turns were too good. That would have been a game where having, like, more defense reactions, like Staunch or something like that would have been really good, but I don't know that we're supposed to run Staunch in this deck off the top of my head. I don't know. Doesn't feel... We could be. I don't know. It's tough to say. It's tough to say. So 5-5 tonight in total. We went 2-3 with Aurora. We lost our first 2 games playing like a weird Art of War build. Art of War felt terrible and clunky. We changed the deck up and went 2-1. And with our Terra build, we went 3-2 tonight. losing to a Bravo, and I can't remember what else we lost to. Can't remember what other losses to. But anyway, like it was really good games. Like the heroes were a lot of fun. I realized after people were pointing it out, I think it was Brad was pointing it out earlier, that we were playing a lot of cards that aren't technically legal in Blitz yet because we were preparing for the new format. So if you're playing in the Talishar tournament on Saturday, just make sure that you are playing cards that were in the first strike decks, because technically Terra and Aurora are legal, but like a lot of the new cards are not legal yet. Like Channel Lightning Valley, Lightning Form's not legal yet, so things like that. Just make sure. But I really appreciate you guys hanging out. Also, if you guys haven't looked at it yet, Talishar tourney coming up on Saturday! Discord. Be sure to check it out. It's going to be Blitz. It's going to be a good time. We're going to be hanging out all day. There will not be a stream tomorrow, Friday's Armory night, but I will be back with a Talishar tournament on Saturday. Guys, thanks for hanging out. Hope you guys have a good night. See you Saturday.